Coffee and Convo, y'all. Let's get it. Yo, salute to everybody already here in the building. You guys know what time it is. Welcome to the latest installment of Coffee and Convo. I am your host, Graphk Raider Man. Salute to the greatest chat in YouTube history. As always, make sure you guys wipe them feet. If you're new here, that means get those likes up. And also hit that subscribe button. We are getting closer and closer to 30,000 subscribers. We cannot do that without you guys. So make sure you hit that subscribe button. Also hit that notification bell so you guys are up to date with everything that we got going on over here at OLV Raiders Network. And also salute to everybody listening on Spotify and Apple Podcasts. Appreciate you guys so much. This will be probably up about another couple hours or so, audio only pod. So make sure if you're on Spotify and Apple Podcasts to go over there, hit subscribe, download, check us out. How are we feeling? Salute to the greatest chat in YouTube history. My guy Spivey already coming through and blessing us, gifting 5 OLV Raiders Network memberships. My guy, man, I appreciate you so much. This is the Kevin Nash of Mount Shillmore. Salute to all the new members in the building. If you guys missed out on those, hit the link. It's pinned up top. Today, joint practice. Raiders, 49ers, Henderson. I'm hyped. We are at the headquarters. Practice is underway. Wanted to go over a few things you guys talk about, some matchups that I'm looking forward to. This is going to be a heated battle out there during joint practices. I'm telling you guys now, Raiders, Niners, that rivalry will forever live on. So I'm excited. I know Max was kind of talking about he's excited to get to it and expecting some fights, right? I'm expecting some things to get a little nasty out there in the Henderson at headquarters. We're going to talk about it. There's going to be some live updates on Twitter as well. We're going to go over those. So make sure you guys stick around. We got about an hour-long show. I got to get ready here in a second to get on my flight out to Vegas. I leave today, so I will be out there by tonight. Linking up with Stu, linking up with my brother L Fingers. We're getting this Raiders anthem together. And then tomorrow, the alumni party. And then Saturday, Raiders, Niners, preseason week 2. So salute to my guy Spivey once again. Let me see. Yeah, we had to go early today. Because, once again, I have a flight to catch here very, very soon. Salute to Two Stocked. News out of practice today is going to go crazy. This is facts. I already have a bunch of stuff up on my Twitter feed on the back end. So stay tuned, you guys. We're going to go over this. A bunch of guys out there, boots to ground, covering this team. Salute to Jesse Merrick once again out there doing God's work over at the headquarters. Like, he's one of my favorite new follows on Twitter, man. So, when we can't get, live and live in color out there on our own, it's always great to have, people like Jesse and my guy Levi Edwards and those guys to follow and keep up with our team, while we're not out there. So, you already know. Oh, yeah. Come on, Spivey, man. They got the whole empire thing and blah, 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 blah. I call them the Great America 49ers. For those who don't know, if you're from Northern California, you get it. They're the Great America 49ers. Some people call them the Santa Clara 49ers. I call them the Great America 49ers, man. Same parking lot, same shit, roller coaster ride. Get the fans excited, and then big drop. You know what it is. Salute to my guy, June in the building, man. Good morning to the GOAT. Appreciate you, man, and the chat. Salute to my guy, man. Appreciate you on the $2 smackaroonie, man. Let's get to it, you guys. Today, Raiders, Niners practice underway. I believe it started about 15 minutes ago. Looks as though they're still just kind of out there working out, you guys. They haven't got, the practice underway just yet. But I'm excited to see what's going on out there. Salute to Jesse once again. He did state the 49ers are dealing with some injuries out there, but they still have a stout front seven. And I want to do this real quick also. Salute to 49ers Web Zone. I'm only reading this because, once again, the Niners are out there in Vegas with the joint practice and week 2 preseason game on Saturday. They worked out a few defensive ends leading up to this joint practice and preseason game this Saturday. Keyshawn Banks, William Bradley King, Damone Harris. Once again, just like Jesse alluded to, the Niners are dealing with some injuries out there, but worked out a few defensive ends out there. I'm going to be honest. These are some camp bodies at best, a bunch of practice squad guys, to say the least. So, but yeah, man, I'm excited to see Genty out there. I want to see how he runs the football. I'm definitely hyped up to see how this O-line holds up against this front seven of the 49ers. They usually always put together a nice defense out there in Santa Clara. Watching Genty very closely. We're going to put some videos up here soon as well. Also, want to keep an eye on Devin White. He had a big practice the other day, came down with 2 picks. Want to see what he looks like out there today at this joint practice. Also, I'm watching the safety position and the nickel spot specifically. I want to see how these guys cover, Kittle. George Kittle is one of the better tight ends in football. We all agree, right, that Brock Bowers is the best tight end in football. But if anyone wants to argue, they can say that George Kittle is number 1. I'm not upset about that. So I'm definitely keeping an eye on Jeremy Chin today. Palamau, I'm keeping an eye on that nickel spot. I want to see what Darnay Holmes and company can do. Greedy Vance, how are they going to cover George Kittle out there at headquarters today? That is definitely one battle to keep an eye on, because you're definitely going to get tested against one of the better tight ends in football. Also, I'm looking at Max. I'm looking at Malcolm Kuntz. Can they get after the quarterback? This O-line, this 49ers O-line is not the greatest O-line in football. I wouldn't even say top 10, to be honest. So I'm excited to see, how these guys can get to the quarterback today. I'm keeping an eye specifically. I know what Kuntz can do. I know what Max can do. I'm watching Tyree Wilson very closely today. I want to see what he can do out there in joint practice, and also those young defensive tackles, J.J. Pegues, Kentonka Hemingway kind of show some promise out there today. Jonah Lalu, coming off of that, 2 penalties back-to-back against the Seahawks in that preseason game. Some will say there were some bullshit calls. I'll agree on that, but either way they were called. So I'm watching Jonah Lalu, JJ. I'm watching Tonka very closely today, but I'm specifically watching Tyree Wilson. I want to see what he looks like performing against this 49ers offensive line today. So we'll go over a few more as well. Hold on real quick. Let me catch up to the chat. Salute to the 331 people here in the building. As always, appreciate you guys so much. Make sure you guys wipe their feet. Salute to Gen X, great Raiders content. Salute to my guy, Gen X. Oki's in the building. Always good to see my guy. Salute. Still worried about the no tackling we've been up to. Is it also true that they still aren't talking to the ground today? I know it helps with injuries, but still hurting us? What do you mean? They still aren't talking to the ground today? Oh, do you mean it in terms of going out there physicality-wise? Tackling? I know that they've been working on that a ton in practice, especially after that Seattle game. So I think you meant tackling. So I don't know. To be honest, look, there's not going to be too much physicality because they don't want these guys to go out there and beat each other up before Saturday. That's going to be the real test. I mean, it's going to be a typical joint practice. You know what I mean? There's going to be some physical aspects to it. But once again, there's not going to be, they're not going out there head hunting. Let me just say this. It's going to be physical, but it's not going to be physical. They're not going to be annihilating motherfuckers out there at headquarters today, with this joint practice. So, but it will be physical. Trust and believe. It will be physical out there today. Did someone tell Max no punching? Hey, man, I hope Max goes out there and gets to it. This is the Niners, you guys. This is the Demon King. This is facts, bro. Sometimes, man, that Woodson whiskey kicks in, and we've all talked to the ground a little bit. I'm expecting to talk to the ground a ton when I get to Vegas tonight. So, from Thursday to Monday, I'm going to be, holding several conversations with the pavement. So, salute to Okie, salute to my guy, Demon King as well. Still waiting for the ground to talk back, man. Daniel, hey, you're probably going to be waiting a long time, my brother. I knew what you were trying to say, Okie. It's all love. It's all love. But yeah, let me share this screen here, you guys. Show a few videos, go over a few tweets here on Twitter. I want to bring up something real quick also. Let me go to Twitter. Bring up my guy, Levi Edwards. Max looked like he's already, I'm telling y'all now, man, Max looks like his head is on a swivel already, you guys. I'm going to bring this up real fast. Hold on. Sanjit got a video up right now that I want to show you guys. This is hilarious. Let me turn the volume down. Look at Max, man. Just look at Max. He's already out there talking shit. You can see it. Let me go back to the beginning of the video. Look. He's ready. Max is ready. He is ready out there. You can see it. He's already chirping. Chirp away, Max. Talk that shit, Max. You love to see it, man. But yeah, we're underway today, you guys, out there at headquarters right now with this Raiders and Niners joint practice. So, and I believe this video is from, is it David Lombardi, I believe? Salute to him as well. But yeah, Max is already out there. He's looking for something to hit right now. All right, let me bring this down. Hold on. I'm going to go over to, it's David Lombardi. I'm going to see what they have out there right now. And this guy covers the 49ers, you guys. So Nick Bosa, Mikael Williams, Upton Stout, Renardo Green, and Gross Matos, I always butcher his name, all working on the side and moving well. 2 rising O-linemen. Okay, I don't want to go too much over the 49ers. Okay, here's the shot. See Kittle out there. They're about to get to it. I'm excited to see, once again, how these guys, cover the all-pro tight end. Andre Dillard to the IR, so the knee obviously didn't respond well to practice over the last few days. Max Crosby greeted several 49ers on the side of the field, including Ricky. Ricky's a dog at Florida, man. Coming back from that gunshot, man. He's a dog, man. One thing is I hate the 49ers, but I'm excited to watch this young kid go out there. And also Gus Bradley's out there as well. Max kind of hanging out and meeting up with his former coordinator, Gus Bradley. Let me see. I'm trying to see. Okay, that's all we got from them right now. Let me stop sharing this. I'm going to go over to Levi as well. Salute to bold moves, man. Salute to the Green Dot Gang. This is facts. Facts plus tax. Salute to CGR, man. Yes, our brothers Hammer and Big Mike are going to do the play-by-play on Saturday. Make sure you guys tune in on Big Mike's channel and Hammer's channel. They'll both be live, definitely covering every snap of that second preseason game. I will not, you guys, but me and Stu will be live tomorrow doing a preview of the Raiders-Niners game live from, I believe, the M. And then also we'll do a recap either Saturday night or Sunday of the game and the whole alumni experience. So stay tuned for that as well. So there's going to be a ton of content coming you guys' way. Also, I got some interviews lined up at the alumni party. So I'll be putting up a bunch of shorts on the YouTube feed. So make sure you guys are tapped in this weekend. You do not want to miss it, man. We're going to be running into, Tim Browns of the world, the Marcus Allens of the world. I'm linking up with my brother Jalen Richard. We're working on this new segment on the show, so stay tuned for that as well. So there's going to be a lot going on, man. So make sure you're tapped into the channel because we are going to be dropping stuff left and right. And I will be live at least a few minutes, at least maybe 20, 30 minutes from the game at the alumni event. So you guys don't want to miss out on that either. Sky High, my dog. Max talking that ish. Ain't nobody voluntarily fighting Max like that. He's really like that. UFC training is for real. Talk that talk sky high. You know, Max definitely is out there working with the greats, with the whole UFC world. You know, he's tapped in over there. So, yeah, I think Max definitely got the hands. I don't think anybody out there wants to see him with the you already know what time it is. Dan, my brother, it's always good to see 9673 in the building. Also, once again, man, salute to Josh also. Sweet, love a good stew show. Yes, it's already up on the channel, you guys. So I believe it's set for 11 a.m. Pacific time or 10 a.m. Pacific time. So stay tuned. I may be a little loopy because I don't get into Vegas until late tonight, and then I'm going to be in the studio all night, probably until like 4 or 5 in the morning. So it's going to be a tough 24 hours for me. But you know what? No excuses. This is what we do. Salute to Mon Dizzy. What's good with Graphk? Dope. Coffee and Convo content. Salute to my guy, Mon Dizzy also, man. Cheese. I'm on that real Raider man shit today. Just yelling, I'm a Raider fan at random. Graphk, do you think we can get a little too cocky, pause, playing against a team with double-digit injured players? No, not at all. I mean, this is preseason, man. This is preseason. You know, there's no real reason to be cocky right now anyways. You know, look, you got to go out there and prove it on the football field when it matters the most. You know, this is still the off season, you guys. I mean, I know football is here and it's training camp, but it's technically still the off season. Training camp, preseason. You can't really get cocky until you go out there and prove you can win some football games when it matters the most. If you can go out there to New England, all the way out east and beat them in their place, and then come home and beat the Chargers on Monday night, then you can get a little cocky going into Washington, D.C. week 3 to face Jaden Daniels and company, right? A team that's coming off of losing in the NFC Championship last season. Look, we're Raider fans. You know, there's a piece of me that as a Raider fan, we're always going to hold that cockiness to us, right? It is what it is. But we are in the prove it to me stage right now, you guys. I need to see it to believe it. I love what I'm seeing from this team right now. I'm loving the swagger from the coaching staff to the players to our general manager. I was watching Spytech speak earlier about Stokes and Porter and, you know, Caillou Blue Kelly, who is actually fighting for one of them starting corner spots right now. It looks like it's a real battle between him and Porter, which is very interesting. They're really high on Caillou Blue Kelly, and they're giving him every chance to go out there and win this job. But once again, I need to see it to believe it. Now, some players I'm getting a little cocky about. I'm kind of talking like, you know, they could be something this season. Trey Tucker is one of them because I just keep hearing that he is out there absolutely balling. With Geno in the mix, you know, actually a quarterback that can throw the deep ball to Tucker, that can actually take advantage of that speed that he possesses. I'm all in on the Trey Tucker front this season, you guys. I'm telling you now, he had 530-something yards last season with Aiden and Gardner Minshew at the quarterback position. I'm all in on Trey Tucker. I think that this dude can be a fringe Pro Bowler this year. Yes, I'm saying that. I'm saying it. That may be a hot take, but if Geno can form that connection with him from week 1, and man, Tucker, man, he can be one of them ones. And everybody I have spoken to, everything that I've seen on Twitter, from the beat writers and the people that I've spoken to that are out there constantly every day covering this football team, he is out there solidifying his role as a starter on this offense in Chip Kelly's system with Geno at the quarterback position. So I am hyped about Trey Tucker. I may go out there this weekend. If they got a Tucker jersey at the Raider Image, I may just say, you know what? Let me go ahead and grab one. Real talk. So I'm hyped about him. But Cheese, I'm going to bring down, you know, the cockiness until we can win some football games because I don't want to get ahead of myself here. We do this every season, right? We do it every offseason. You know, we're hyped up about this team. I can say that the one thing that's different about this team is it's not Josh McDaniels. It's not AP. You know, it's not unproven head coaches. We have a guy in Pete Carroll and Chip Kelly, and these guys have won at the highest levels. Chip coming off a national championship, ride with Ohio State. Pete, we already know, you know, his resume, extensive resume, to say the least. So there's reasons, you know, to be very optimistic about this football team. But once again, cocky, I'm not going to be there just yet. Salute to Roy, my guy, on the $10 special. What up, Graphk? I'm hyped this season. I feel like Pete got this team bought in, and defense is going to be scary. Offense is going to fly high. Let's run it. Keep doing your thing, man. Salute to Roy. I appreciate you so much, brother, on the kind words. And I agree with you, man. The thing is, with this defense, did they leave, Seattle looking kind of Yeah. But once again, it's preseason. It's preseason. I'm not going to get too invested in what the product that they're putting on the football field in preseason. I'm expecting Max and Malcolm to form this dynamic duo on the edge. And I'm expecting one or two of these young guys to really help the interior of that defensive line, whether it's JJ Pegues and Jonah Lalu or Lalu and potentially Tyree giving us some reps there. Whatever it is, Tonka, I'm just excited. But let me say this, man. I hope our defense is going to be scary. On paper, this is not the sexiest roster in terms of the defensive side of the football. The reason why I'm excited about it is because you have a duo of Graham and Pete Carroll. That's why I'm excited about this defense. On paper, it kind of leaves a lot to be desired, right? You're like if you just look at this paper and you don't know who the defensive coaching staff is, you're like, Palamau and Chin at the safety spots. You got potentially Darian Porter or Caillou Blue Kelly opposite of Eric Stokes. Honestly, on paper, you're thinking, what? And then, you got a few, Max Crosby and Malcolm Kuntz. But then you're looking like, look at this aging linebacking core. You got Jermaine Pratt, Jamal Adams, Devin White, Landon Roberts. Look, I definitely trust Pete Carroll. I trust Graham, and I definitely trust Rob Leonard on the defensive line. So it's going to be interesting. But I'm going to say this. I'm not going to jump the gun yet and say this defense is going to be scary. I just want a formidable defense. I want a defense that can go out there and create turnovers and give the offense more opportunities to score, because this is going to be an offensive football team, Roy, in my eyes. It's going to be more of a offensive football team. They went out and got Geno. They reloaded that wide receiver room. They went and got the best running back in college football in the first round. This is going to be a high-flying, powerful offense. It's an offensive football team. And it's kind of difficult to say because you got Pete Carroll and Graham, right? You're thinking, well, a defensive-minded head coach. This is going to be an offensive team. It's going to be an offensive team. I'm not going to say scary in terms of defensively yet. I need to see it to believe it. But offensively, from what I'm hearing and what I'm seeing, once again, this is very vanilla in preseason, you guys. You're not seeing any pre-motion. You're not seeing anything. There's no real looks that Chip has given up in preseason, and expect the same against the Niners this Saturday. But this is going to be an offensive football team. An offensive-minded football team. We're going to ground and pound the football, and Geno, is going to let that thing fly with Dante and Tucker and Jacoby and Besh out there at the wide receiver position. So I wish I can say the defense is going to be scary. This is a wait and see approach for me personally on the defensive side of the football. But offensively, Roy, I'm expecting this team to be very, very, very exciting. This should be a top 10 offense. Honestly, it should be. With Geno coming off a season where he had 4,300 passing yards with one of the worst O-lines and ground games in football in the National Football League last season. And with all these new weapons, I believe this offensive line is going to be better than what he had in Seattle. This is going to be a fun offense. Michael, I want to see that O-line go out and bully people Saturday. Well, you know what, Michael? Look, if anything, I just want to see him improve. Once again, I'm not expecting them to go out there and put the starters out there for an extended amount of time Saturday when, once again, this game does not matter at all. This is eval mode, right? They get a chance to see what these starters look like every single day in training camp against their own defense. So I'm not expecting them to go out there and completely, blow our minds with that offensive line come Saturday. But I want to see them improve. I want to see if Genty's going to be out there getting reps. We need to see him, get rolling. And that all starts up front with that O-line. Salute to Michael, man. Appreciate you on the $5, brother. Salute to Sky High. My guy, man. Appreciate you on the 5. Had an OG stop me in Target talking Raiders. Yes, I was Raidered out. Lived in Oakland 60 years. Gave me his prediction, 12-5. We won in the Super Bowl, baby. Let's go. Talk, Sky High. I'm here for it. I am here for it. Let's go. Salute to my guy, Sky. You know what's funny? So I want to put this out there. This had nothing to do with the show, you guys. But so my sons get off the bus yesterday from school, right? And this is what's so dope. about doing what I do. Like it's so dope. They get off the bus and they said, "Dad, our social studies teacher was calling us little graphs." And I'm like, "What you mean?" He was like, "Yeah, he's a Packers fan and he watches your show. He watches your show. He says the Raiders suck, but your dad is cool." Yo, a Packers fan. So that's kind of dope. I love it, man. I love it. This is why I love doing what I'm doing. So it looks as though my kids are getting some love from their social studies teacher, who will be their football coach also next season. So it's kind of dope. It's kind of dope. Cheese Man, I will be putting it up before week 1. I'm still working on some new designs. So stay tuned. OakLosVegas.com will be back up. I promise you. I'm just working on a few new designs behind the scenes. So stay tuned, Cheese. I know it's been down for like 6 months. I've just been waiting to get some new designs. By week 1, we'll be back up and running. Let me see. Genty is cooking the Niners in practice today. Let's go back over to Twitter. Let's see what we got going on. Genty just broke off one in the second play of team drills. Let's go. Trey Tucker with another nice showing in one-on-ones. Came down with it, threw a PI. Wait. I think Jesse might have butchered this one. Trey Tucker with another nice showing in one-on-ones. Came down with it, threw a PI on an in route. Okay. So there you go. Brock Bowers kicks off the one-on-ones with a corner route for a TD. He made it look real easy. Also, Jesse says Baron Davis is out there today for the Raiders during the joint practice. Baron is a lifelong Raiders fan, grew up in LA. I believe he's working with the Raiders doing, I don't know what it is. Is it like an on-air personality or something along those lines? But great to see that Genty just broke one off in the second play of team drill. So something to keep an eye on. Let me see. I'm going to go over here to the Niners. David Lombardi, see what he says. Okay, nothing from him. Go back over to my guy Levi real quick, see what he's talking about. Ashton Genty just ripped off a big run to start team period against the 49ers. Top catches in one-on-one drills so far against the 49ers go to Dante Thornton Jr. and Alex Bachman, still making a grab with the pass interference call. Jacoby also burnt his defender on the hitch on a go ball, but it was overthrown. So it looks like the Raiders are already out here cooking early, man. Looks like we're out here cooking pretty early, man. It's great to see. Great to see. Salute to my guy Pacian as well. How much do you think the confidence can boost your effort and performance when your confidence is higher than your actual skill? How much do you think confidence can boost your effort and performance when your confidence is higher than your actual skill? Let me say this. This isn't high school anymore, Pace, right? Not even college football. And at the NFL level, you got to have a little bit of both. You got to have some confidence, and you actually have to have a skill set to get by. I don't really think that we see average players in the NFL, ball out because of confidence. NFL is the best of the best. So, I think you have to have an actual blend of confidence about yourself also and performance at the NFL level. I see at the youth level, high school, sometimes these kids will rip off a touchdown and you never see them again. Right. And at the NFL level, you got to have an actual blend of both. That was a good question, though. Salute to Jeff, my guy. Can't wait to see Laki Tassi develop into a starter. With his athleticism, he might just end up being one of the greatest inside offensive linemen in recent years. Salute to my brother Hug D's in the building as well. Yeah, I'm definitely excited to see, what Laki can do once he puts it all together, I got to go to Vic's channel, man. I got to go check him out on Twitter. I know Vic Tafer is covering the Niners now as well. But, I'm excited about Laki. Definitely. They definitely need to keep him on this roster. He is going to be a guy later on down the line. I think, Jeff, give him till year 3. Give him till year 3 because, once again, the power is there, right? Former rugby guy, the strength. I mean, he has everything that it takes to, be one of the ones at the next level, but he needs his technique. He needs to put that together first. His footwork, his hands, there's so much more that he needs to develop. But later on down the line, I think year 3, if they develop him the right way, he could definitely be a stud on that O-line for sure. I'm excited about Laki Tassi, man. He's saying everything. He seems like a good dude. Watching him in the presser and hearing him talk, he's excited to be out there. It's great. And he's definitely bought in to what Pete Carroll was doing culture wise. You know, he fits the billing of what they want out there. So salute to Frank, my guy, gifting 5 OLV Raiders Network memberships. My dog. Salute to all the new members in the building because of my guy, Frank. If you missed out on those 5, hit the link. It's pinned up top, man. Salute, Frank. Appreciate you, brother. Nav, man, good to see you, brother. Danny, you know, there's still going to be, you know, a ton of questions about JJ Pegues. He's a rookie. They're going to be, you know, patient with him. He's not going to be a starter initially, but he'll be a rotational piece. And, you know, we'll see him out there. He'll get a ton of burn. He didn't look bad against Seattle at all. So, look, man, I'm just hoping that Rob Leonard can develop him and Tonka Hemingway because we used some nice draft pieces, you know, draft picks to bring them in. So that's on Rob Leonard, man. That's on Rob Leonard. Spy Tech went and got him. It's on Rob Leonard to put it all together. So Nav, my guy, also gifting 5 OLV Raiders Network memberships. I appreciate you, bro. Real talk. That means a lot, man. Salute to you. Salute to all the new members in the building. Once again, if you missed out on those, hit the link. It's pinned up top, man. The Green Dot Gang is growing every single day because of you guys. Just want to say I appreciate you guys. In the words of CGR, congratulations to the newest members of the greatest chat in YouTube history, man. There you go. Sky High, trenches and Geno is going to be the reason we're good or bad this year. We got a solid defense. I think we got great skill position players. This is facts. But Geno needs time to throw. Ashton needs holes to run through. D-line has got to go ham. Yeah, man. I agree with you. I agree with you, brother. I think Geno's going to be fine, though. I think that this system, you know, once again, we have not seen anything yet, you guys. We have not seen anything. This Chip Kelly, every time I hear these guys talk about this system, it's like they light up. Geno is hyped about it. Genty's hyped about it. Watching these young guys and asking them questions behind the scenes. I mean, Dylan was very hyped. He sent me messages like, dude, this Chip Kelly system is going to be fun. So we haven't seen nothing yet. Once again, there's going to be a ton of movement with that offense, a ton of pre-motion. There's going to be a ton of just different looks. The 12 personnel with Mayer out there with Brock, you know, with Brock potentially lined up in the slot with Ian Thomas and Mayer out there. You know, it's just going to be a whole bunch of different looks. I'm excited, but I'm also very excited to watch the passing game with the run game included. I'm excited to watch Genty and how he performs in the passing game and whoever the running back 2 is, Raheem Mostert or whoever. I'm excited to see that ground game get rolling, but not only on the ground, but in the passing game as well. Let me see. Jeff, man, I appreciate you, brother. You're the GOAT. You're the GOAT, man. You're the GOAT. Danny, I appreciate you, man. That means a lot. Jeff, yep, Tossi's absolutely a project, but he's enormous. His natural strength, power, quickness, agility are off the charts. He didn't just pancake defensive linemen, he flattened them. Yep, and we're going to see more of that. We're going to see more of that. This is facts. Danny, I agree with you. Coming into the second preseason game, we're going to start seeing a lot more players kind of fall into the wayside, so to speak. Definitely. The hot seat is getting hotter. This is facts. And, you know, there's guys out there that need to have some solid showings this weekend and next week against the Arizona Cardinals, including my guy. And I look, you know, sometimes I'm a little biased for my guys, right? I need Trey Taylor to go out there and absolutely ball against the 49ers and the Cardinals. Because once again, you know, we're bringing in Terrell Edmonds. You know, they're already high on the 2 guys they have out there, the starters in Polamalu and Jeremy Chin. You know, Chris Smith came in the absence of Lonnie Johnson Jr. and started taking his reps. You know what I mean? Like, he needs to have a big day today in joint practice, but he also needs to have a big game this Saturday against the 49ers and the Cardinals to find a way to stick on this roster. Like, real talk. And this is coming from a guy that, you know, friend of the show, absolutely love Trey's family. They are phenomenal. I speak to them weekly. You know, his mother, phenomenal human being. His dad, phenomenal human being. We're actually talking right now about putting our kids together on the same football team out here in Texas. You know what I mean? So love the family, but once again, he needs to go out there. We need results. We need results. So we'll see. Let me see. No, Papa T, it's not the same rule anymore. They changed the rules with the whole international player portal situation. So he does count towards the 53. It's no longer the same rule. The same rule doesn't apply anymore. Let me see. Roy, you'll just start seeing boom, 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 back to back to back to back. That's how it rolls. Hug, man. Look, as Raider fans, we're always going to be nervous and have that PTSD, to us, right? I'm excited, man. I'm excited. Once again, it's a blessing for me to be able to cover this football team, the team that I love the most in this world, man, to be able to cover them every aspect of the way, every step of the way. You know what I mean? Like, yeah, getting closer to week 1, the nerves start to settle in. Right now, it's too early for me. Now, that week, when we were heading to New England, that's when I'm like this. But until then, man, I'm just going to enjoy the ride. But I hear you, Hug. I definitely hear you, brother. All right, let me check out. Go check out Vic, man. Salute to Vic T for my guy. We still follow each other. I kind of mess with him here and there, like, damn, dog, I really can't believe that you're covering the 49ers. Geno Smith has a pretty accurate day today so far, according to Levi Edwards. Only incompletion so far was on a deep shot to Dante Thornton Jr. He's been very in sync with Jacoby Myers, among others. Let me go to Vic Tafer. I'm going to check him out, see what Vic's talking about. Salute to my guy, Vic. Hate to see him back home in the Bay Area covering the 49ers. It sucks. Fred Warner with harder than expected hit on the Raiders. Wide receiver Dante Thornton across the middle. Caught the rookie off guard. You know what's funny? Let me say this. He needs it. Dante would say that too. Welcome to the NFL, young man. And Dante's my dog. I want him to have a phenomenal season this year. But getting hit by an all-pro like Fred Warner, that's going to wake your game up. Hey, welcome to the NFL, young man. I guarantee you Fred Warner probably said the same thing. Welcome to the NFL, young man. So Vic put it out there that it looks as though Fred Warner went out there and blasted our guy Dante Thornton Jr., our 4th rounder out of Tennessee. Vic says waiting for that Williams-Crosby matchup. That's going to be fun. If anybody can match Max Crosby's energy, it's the ageless wonder Trent Williams, the future Hall of Fame left tackle. It hasn't happened yet. Russell Gage abusing the Raiders DBs in one-on-one drills. That is disgusting. You don't want to hear that. That is nasty. 12 minutes ago, Russell Gage. At this point, Russell Gage is a journeyman in the NFL. Didn't he start in Atlanta? I think he's been around. He's got to be at least on his 3rd or 4th team. You don't want to hear that. His 3rd team. Atlanta's first 4 seasons, then he went to Tampa Bay. He hasn't even been in the league since 2022. He hasn't played a snap since 2022. Oh, man. Pete, get your guys together, man. I didn't even know that Russell Gage has not played a snap since 2022. That's not good. We need Porter, step it up. Stokes, step it up. Caillou Blue, step it up. D-Cam, step it up. Greedy Vance, step it up. Darnay, step it up. Come on, man. You do not want to hear Russell Gage out there cooking you, man. That's nasty work. It's nasty. Who's the corner that was covering him? I don't know. Vic didn't say any names. But he said abusing Raider DBs in one-on-one drills. So it sounds like more than one corner that he was actually beating. So it's nasty work. I think Stu is on his way also, you guys, to the headquarters to watch the joint practice. Stay tuned. If he gets there before practice ends, I know he landed in Vegas probably a couple hours ago. So if he gets there early, I'm going to send him the invite and see if he can jump on and maybe give us some exclusive footage. But he told me that he was heading straight to the headquarters, that he spoke to Greg Olsen. He's trying to get out there and watch the joint practice today. So stay tuned for that. If he's there and he hits me up and says, I'm here, I'm definitely going to send the invite and see if we can get him on for a few. Jason. Yeah, hey man. The thing is, right? You want to see them get burnt now. You don't want to see them get cooked by Stephon Diggs and company come week 1. So, hey man, go through your bumps and bruises right now. But I'll tell you right now, the Niners do not have a great wide receiving core at all. Like Ayuk is out, Debo's gone. I like Ricky, but Juwan Jennings, I mean, they don't have a great wide receiving core at all. If Russell Gage is already out there just doing whatever he wants to you right now, it's nasty work. And this is facts, Alzado. That's why I'm not going to jump the gun. But you're right. It's a little easier for a wide receiver to cook in one-on-one drills. You have nobody over the top, no help. I get it. I get it. I get it. More than likely in those drills, the receiver is going to get the better of the corner rather than the corner getting the better of the wide receiver. So you're right. You're right. You're right. Salute to Alzado. Let me see. Niners got Ayuk, Ricky, Kittle. Who else? I just said Juwan Jennings. Who else did they bring in? Didn't they just sign St. Brown's brother as well? Didn't they bring him back into the fold? But Ayuk is out. So Ricky's one of the only receivers. Ricky, I think, is Juwan Jennings out there? I'll check that out as well. I know he wants a new deal, but I don't think he's holding out at all. So he should be out there. But they do not have a great wide receiving core at all. Yeah, I mean, definitely gonna be questionable. But from what I'm seeing, all the film on him, it looks like he's cooking out there. I seen a play yesterday, VA Raider. Everybody knows at the wide receiver position, you gotta have late hands. Gotta have late hands. Not only did he destroy this corner with his route running ability, because Stephon is one of the better route runners in football, and it's still on full display, even with that injury that he's coming back from. But man, the late hands that he put out there was extraordinary. Like, it didn't even, the corner had no idea the football was even coming to Stephon Diggs. Like, it was like actually crazy. It's like the latest hands I've probably ever seen ever. You know what I mean? So, yeah, man. But we'll see. We'll see. AOC's pocket presence is looking rough today. I mean, shit, Josh, it looked rough. It looked rough in Seattle, and I'm not really expecting anything to change on the AOC front. I'm just not. I'm not. I want to see Cam Miller get some looks. You showed up as a YouTube feature, bro. Oh, that's dope, man. Salute to my guy, Pastor Raider. Definitely dope. Oh, they put him on the IR already? Damn, they just brought him back. They just signed him. Yeah, Big Ray. Yep, the laundry is definitely done. It's definitely just done. Loud ass washer and dryer. Hug. I knew that somebody would see that I went and cleaned this shit up. Let's get a small moment of silence for the chia pet of chin hair Graphk had removed from his face. Scruff game was on point, Graphk. Looked like you electrocuted yourself the last couple lives. I told you I was holding out, man, the day before I left to Vegas. So, Hug, thank you for noticing, you dirty son of a bitch. Salute to Hug Dizzle. AOC might get cut. I mean, Hyper, man, look, I know that they would prefer to trade him, get something out of him if they could. You know what I mean? But, yeah, man, if he has another rough performance against the 49ers and additionally the Cardinals the following week, they may just have to just all out cut him and let him go, which sucks because you don't want to move on from a quarterback that's already, started a ton of games and played, in some actual, he's actually had some live bullets out there. You know what I mean? You would preferably put Cam on the practice squad and develop him a little bit and have Aiden be that guy that can be a spot starter for you if anything happens to Geno, God forbid. But yeah, man, he needs a big game against the Niners and the Cardinals to even show that if we don't keep him, that he deserves a job elsewhere. But this may be a scheme fit. This may be a scheme thing. Once again, in Chip Kelly's system, like, I think that he just wants more of an athletic quarterback, not necessarily a mobile guy, but a guy that can use his legs if need be. And Aiden's just not that. He is the definition of a statuesque type quarterback. He's going to sit in the pocket and he's not going to leave the pocket. And, Cam Miller can utilize his legs. He's more of an athlete. Geno can utilize his legs. He's definitely more of an athlete. So, I don't know, man. Aiden may be the odd man out. He may be the odd man out. Let me see. Let me catch up real quick. And we're going to go over a few more tweets as well, you guys. Vic Tafer. Let me see if he tweeted something else. Lenore, I always butcher his name, the corner, breaks up a deep pass from Smith to Tucker. This Raiders tight end 80 is having a good day. Ian Thomas, baby. Keep hearing great things about him. So it's funny to see that Vic does not know who this guy is because he covered the Raiders for so long. But Ian Thomas is having a good day out there. Let me see. Let me go back over to my guy Levi. Check him out. Geno Smith. Okay, nothing there. Go back over to Jesse. See what we got rolling on over here. Downfield passes were a bit of a struggle for Geno. And the top offense in 7-on-7 against the Niners defense. It's something you don't want to hear. They didn't take a ton of them. Lots of underneath stuff, but the coverage was good downfield. Geno didn't put the ball in harm's way either, though. So that's a good thing because, Geno coming off throwing 15 picks last year, you don't want to see him replicate his performance last year. In the passing yards department, definitely. But you want more touchdowns than 2021, and you definitely want less picks than 15. So he said downfield passes were a bit of a struggle for Geno and the top defense in 7-on-7. So it looks as though he couldn't really build that rapport up with Trey Tucker and Dante Thornton downfield. They didn't take a ton of them, lots of underneath stuff, but the coverage was good downfield. And once again, he said Geno did not put the ball in harm's way, which is great. Fred Warner has been all over the place in 7-on-7s, even carried a route downfield versus Trey Tucker. Did a great job cutting him off to force the throw away. That is all pro, probably the best linebacker in football right there. Hello, Mr. Fred Warner. Hey, man, these young guys, they need this type of competition here in this joint practice. When you got a guy like Fred Warner, he's going to be all over the place. And you see it. Trey Tucker's feeling it. Dante Thornton is definitely feeling it. But that's what we got right now, you guys. There's not too much activity on Twitter right now with what is going on out there, but we'll definitely keep covering it every step of the way. Salute to Raider DB, my guy, gifting 5 OLV Raiders Network memberships. My dog, I appreciate you, my brother, so much. Salute to all the new members in the building because of my guy, Raider DB. As always, salute. Hit that link up top, you guys, if you missed out on those 5. Yeah, Victor, look, man, as long as you protect the football, right? Just do not give opposing offenses more opportunities to score on you. That's it. Once again, though, man, for Geno this season is going to have 2 very, very, very vital security blankets. Ashton Jeanty at the running back position and Brock Bowers at the tight end spot. So I'm expecting, regardless, let's just say that we do struggle to throw the football down the football field early on. Hey, man, you got Jacoby to eat up the middle of the football field. You have Mayer. You have Brock, who can definitely eat up the middle of the football field. And then you have Ashton Jeanty running the football. So we'll be fine. They'll get that. They'll get it rolling downfield, you guys. Expect Trey Tucker and Dante to eat this season. Definitely. Yeah, man. Hug, you need it, right? I'm all right with Fred Warner sending a notice to the Raiders offense, but our boys better do the same in return. Yep, and this is why I'm excited to see this defense and get more updates in terms of how the defense looks out there right now. Oh, okay. I did not know that was you, Ask a Bum. Salute to you, brother. Now I know. Chevy, we will be staying at the M, formerly known as the Delano. We'll be there from Friday to Sunday, and then we'll be in Henderson tonight and Sunday night. So we're staying at the M Friday night, Saturday night, and we're staying in Henderson tonight and Sunday night, and then we leave Monday. We'll be all over the place, though. The alumni party, J-Lot, the Champions Club for the Raiders-Niners game will be all over the place, so stay tuned. Let me see. King 510, I'm not hearing that at all. You're going to have – you got to take the good and the bad, with these joint practices. Once again, both teams are trying to work out kinks, right? So, look, man, Jeanty broke off for a nice gain early on. Looks like Brock Bowers had a nice touchdown early on. So we got to take the good with the bad, man. Yeah, M. Raider, I'm excited, dude. The veteran. And look, I thought that I did a video on Ian Thomas. I thought this was going to be a camp body type situation or at the highest we're going to get out of him is a blocking tight end. I know he's dealt with some things. Wasn't he dealing with an injury with the Carolina Panthers? I think he missed a ton of football last year, right? But I know he's healthy, and it looks as though he's more than just a blocking tight end at this point. Let's see. He only played in 5 games last year. Started in 2. Was only targeted 6 times. So, and essentially, when you look at the stats, you guys, outside of his rookie year, it hasn't been great. He's been more of just a blocking tight end. Yes, Martin, I'm definitely hooking up with my guys, Murph and Swag, and Raider Dad and those guys. I'm definitely going to stop by and check them out for sure. I wouldn't know, Solomon. Those days are long, long gone for me. Far behind, brother. My bunny ranch is my bedroom with my beautiful wife. So I don't know anything about the Jimmy G life. I don't know. I do not know. Let me see. Sky said, when you're in Hendo, Graphk, bring the hope. Well, I don't even know what the hell you just said, Sky High. That message was definitely like butchered. Great. This is the thing, right? This is the thing. It's not that he gets a ton of hate for a backup. The thing is that there's still a major portion of this fan base, which is shocking, that still thinks that AOC needs to be the starter. That's why you're hearing all this hate with Aiden O'Connell. Nobody hates Aiden O'Connell. Everybody was rooting for him last season, the year prior to that. But there's people out there that are actually saying that Aiden deserves to be the starter over Geno Smith, a 2-time Pro Bowler coming off of 4,300 yards in the passing game last season. I know it was a rough season for him, but once again, and the Pete Carroll, reunited in the feel so good situation. There's people out there that actually are saying that Aiden needs to start over Geno Smith. That's why you're starting to hear more and more gripes with Aiden O'Connell. I like Aiden. You guys know, if you guys have been watching the channel forever, since Aiden was drafted, I think I was one of the only people that said that the Raiders were going to draft Aiden O'Connell, and he ended up being a Raider. So look, I like Aiden, but once again, when you see Chip Kelly come into the fold as the OC, you make him the highest paid OC. You go draft Cam Miller after bringing in Geno Smith. I just kind of see the writing on the wall here. It's like, okay, they're going more athletic at the quarterback position, and I don't think Aiden fits with what they're trying to do. So, but I think that's kind of where the hate is coming from, because there's a certain demographic in Raider Nation that thinks that Aiden should be the starter, which is like absolute insanity. Yeah, Paul, what's funny, man? And this is no disrespect to anybody. That's kind of why I quit making Raider songs, because there's so many of them, and some of them just sound like they were recorded in a project bathroom, right? And no disrespect, I grew up in those project bathrooms, so it's no disrespect at all. Salute to CV Circle and New Avisha in Sacramento, on Broadway. I definitely grew up in them, and G Parkway. I've been there and done that, but a lot of them sound like shit. So I kind of got away from them, because I just was like, you know what, man, there's just too many of them. But I'm going to have some fun tonight, man. I haven't even, look, I'm writing it on the spot. My brother's making the beat on the spot. We're going to have some fun. So hopefully you guys like this one. If it's ass, please let me know. Salute to Trip. AOC is better than Geno. Oh, my God, bro. Trip, are you trolling right now? You got to be trolling right now. We're not going to do this right now. The former most improved football player in the NFL, former 2-time Pro Bowler. We're not doing this. Mark, man, I'm thinking about it. I'm really thinking about going to LA this year. Honestly, man, I haven't been to that stadium yet. I'm thinking about it. I got a bunch of homeboys that I grew up with in the area that's been asking me to get to LA. So I'm really thinking about it. And I always hear, I think it was the Pink Lot. I think it's the Pink Lot, something like that. I always hear good things about SoFi, because the Raider Nation shows up tenfold. So Don't worry about me, y'all. Pete taking care of me. The depth chart. Yo, salute to the depth chart. Oh, Kevin, I will be putting up some videos. Stay tuned. Stay tuned. Definitely. Salute to my guy, Alex. Will Campbell against Crosby week 1. Going to be amazing to see. It's definitely going to be fun. And I'm hearing that he is balling out right now. I'm hearing that Will Campbell looks good. What was the gripe on Will Campbell coming out of LSU, guys? Is short arms, right? Oh, yeah, short arms. He's not going to be a left tackle at the next level. From what I'm hearing out of New England, they are loving him right now. He is going to be their starting left tackle. I thought it was going to be a guard for him, originally, but they drafted him as a left tackle, and it looks as though he's going to be a left tackle. So, hey, man, it's going to be fun. Going to be fun. But we'll see Max and Kuntz move around a little bit, and I think you'll see both of them against Will Campbell at some point come week 1. Let me see. Yeah, look, we're not even going to play those games. Don't even play into it, bro. Vegas Raiders, defensive tackle CJ West left knee buckled and went down during one-on-one pass rushing drills. The 49ers medical staff checked him out, and he was able to walk back on his own for further observation. This is the young kid out of Indiana, right, Vegas? I believe he's the young kid out of Indiana. I hope he's all right, man. Never want to see that with these young kids or any of these guys. Someone say go check out Tashawn. Max Crosby just got home for what would have been a sack on Brock Purdy. 49ers have not had much for him today. So there you go. Niners have been holding Trent Williams out during team drills so far. So it looks as though they don't have the OG out there at left tackle. And it sounds like the Raiders are kind of having their way with that O-line and Brock Purdy. But Tashawn put it out there. Max got a sack on Brock Purdy, and the Niners have not had much. Great to hear. Ricky had a nice catch for a chunk gain, though. So there you have some updates from Tashawn Reed of The Athletic out there covering our team today. Let me see if there's anything else. I know Jesse has a lot of videos. So I'm trying to find some video footage if he has any. But this may be a period where they're not allowing them to shoot anything. All right, nothing else. Boom. So there you go. We froze up? Are we good? Why? CGR keeps saying that I'm freezing up. My Wi-Fi look good on my end. I'm not seeing anything. Let me get rid of a few windows real quick. All right. Okay. Better now. You froze up a bit. Yes, you've been you've been lagging. Okay. We're cool. We're good to go. We're good to go. It's a sunny ass day in Dallas. Okay, we're good. We're solid. We're solid. Whatever happened to Zachary Franklin, he was released. Alex, he was waived. So looks like we let him go. I hate it. That was my guy. I was excited to watch the young kid out of Illinois potentially try to make the back end of this roster. But yeah, man. Sucks. So Zachary went elsewhere. And I don't know where he is now, to be honest. All right, let me see. Let me go back to Vic real quick. Someone said check out Vic. All right. 49ers defensive line not getting much traction against the Raiders O-line. Come on. Vic going to call it how he see it. The defensive line is not getting much on the Raiders O-line. Talk that talk, Vic. Talk. Let's go. Let's go. Let's go. So 49ers defensive line not getting much traction against the Raiders O-line. Let me go back to Jesse real quick. I'm going to see. All right, boom. All right. Those are the updates right now, you guys. Once again, talked about CJ West's knee buckling. Don't have any updates there just yet. But once again, remember also that defensive line does not have Bosa out there. Okay, you got to remember that. Remember that. So without their best pass rusher, things will look a little different out there, right? Also, they do not have their young guy, Michael Williams, their first round guy out of Georgia as well. So we got to take this kind of with a grain of salt. I mean, look, I'll take any good news with this offensive line right now, but I mean, hey, it is what it is. Yeah, great. Gino is in amazing shape. Definitely. He looks really good out there. Y'all funny, man. Let me see. Wipe them feet, y'all. Hit them thumbs up. If you guys are not subscribed yet, what are y'all waiting on? Make sure you hit that subscribe button if you guys are not subscribed yet. Trey Taylor anywhere? Haven't heard anything from Trey just yet. So I'm hoping that he has a big game this weekend, tomorrow. I'm hoping that he has a big game because he needs it. He needs it. If not, he may find himself on the practice squad or even worse with another football team. And I don't want to see Trey anywhere else outside of, Las Vegas. Let me see. Thornton was open. Danny, what you mean? What you mean? Terrell Edmonds, okay. I love it. Look, man, once again, they're using him. He'll be a strong safety for us, but also he'll be that big nickel guy. He'll come down in the slot and give us some looks there and those big nickel looks as well. So I'm not shocked about it. That this guy is a proven commodity. These last few seasons, it hasn't been great at all. You know what I mean? But hey, man, they may be excited about him. Let me bring up McFadden. I want to see his timeline and what he got going on over there. There's like 4 or 5 really great accounts out there covering what's going on right now. Let me go back to Sean. All right, let me go to McFadden. Still Ryan McFadden covering the Raiders over at ESPN. Terrell Edmonds getting some reps with the first team defense. Watching, man, there's not a lot really going on right now in terms of updates, you guys. He also said earlier, everyone is practicing for the Raiders except for Alex Kappa. We know he has that rib injury. Lecky Fotu, he's been in that boot. Thomas Harper, I don't have any update on him. And then, of course, Lonnie Johnson Jr. Not playing for us today. Yeah, Josh, definitely. A lot of people are saying that posted that it would have been a sack, Max, on Brock Purdy. Big, stupid Fupa. Are you talking about in Vegas? You talking about in Vegas? If you want to watch the game, I mean, look, one of the casinos always, right? But I would tell you to go to Barcode Burger. They have all the games up in there. They have great food, inexpensive food. Also, one of the best burgers you can find, not only in Vegas, but just period. So I'd say Barcode Burgers. LV says Warner breaks up a pass to Brock. Okay. Once again, he's the best linebacker in football for a reason, you guys. Kind of a bummer the Niners are so injured. I wanted a fair test for our team. Hey, man, look, teams are beat up every day, B. You know what I mean? Teams get beat up every day, B. You got to play. You got to play against who who's out there. I mean, look at the Raiders last year, 2 stock, right? Shit, we were without everybody. Max, Kuntz, Wilkins. I mean, the list goes on, bro. You know what I mean? So it is what it is. You got to play. You got to play against whoever is in front of you. Salute to my guy, man, on a $5 special. My honest prediction: Raiders 94, Niners 3. Yo, ask a bum with a crate. 97 points this Saturday. 97 points this Saturday. Oh, yeah. Let's go, M. Raider. Let's go. Raiders, Jackson Powers Johnson just drove the 49ers. Alfred Collins, this is the young pup out of Texas, the defensive tackle, about 15 yards up the field during a Genty 6-yard carry. So imagine Genty just getting 6 yards, but JPJ just not stopping. This is your second best offensive lineman on that line, period. And potentially the future number 1 guy on that O-line once Colton Miller hangs it up. M. Raider with a dope update, man. Talk that talk, JPJ. Love it. Let me see. Well, you know what's funny? Vegas, that's actually great for us. That's great for that's great for me in two different ways. We don't play them until later down the line. So they may have Rice suspended by the time that they face us. And then also he's on my fantasy team. So I can throw him out in my starting lineup if need be, if the matchups prohibit that. So that's good for me in two different ways. That's cool. Let him play week 1 through 4. So next time we see him, he'll be out of there. And I can take advantage of him on my fantasy football league, man. Let's get it. Ron Justice, always good to see my guy in the building. Hey, I'll be all over the place, bro. I'll be all over the place. No, Victor, look, Tucker definitely has to make sure that he secures the football. If you had a few drops out there today, look, it is what it is. It's joint practice. This is where you get out, you go through your bumps and bruises and you work out the kinks. I'm not too much worried about Tucker, but once again, he definitely needs to make sure he catches the football for sure. But I'll be all over. 8 Nick, I'll be all over the place. All over the place. Allegiant Stadium, shit. Just look, we're going to be moving and shaking. AOC is really struggling. Yeah, from what I'm seeing online, it looks as though he's throwing a pick and he's not looking too good out there. Let me see. Aiden O'Connell's pass attempt bounced off of Ian Thomas's hands and intercepted by 49ers cornerback Chase Lucas. So looks like he's continuing to struggle, man. Aiden may just be in his own brain right now, but he just threw a pick. But it did bounce off Ian Thomas's hands. I didn't see this specific play, so I don't know if it's Ian's fault or if it's Aiden's fault. Jesse says Trey Tucker has had a great camp, but he's not off to a great start today. Already has 2 drops. Haven't seen that from him so far. So that's not something you want to see out of your starting wide receiver with Trey Tucker. But yeah, Aiden's continuing to struggle, man. Tomorrow I got Daniel Carlson as my kicker, Brock as my tight end, and I have Trey Tucker on the bench. So I can utilize him at some point if I'm dealing with some injuries at the wide receiver position. But I got Trey, Carlson, and Brock. That's what I have. Oh, threw a hospital ball to Ian. Shit. Let me see. I wouldn't be shocked. Once again, man, when I came up with the hot take about it, people thought I was tweaking. I wasn't. I'm rooting for Aiden O'Connell, though, you guys. Like, look, man, in a perfect world, you have an experienced veteran quarterback to back up Geno Smith. It's just in a perfect world, that's how things should be, right? You got a guy that can back him up that's already won some ball games at the NFL level, and you can just develop Cam Miller behind the scenes and not have to throw him into the fire, so to speak, if something happens with Geno. LV, I love it, man. I love it. It's crazy because the injury sounds so bad that a lot of us were assuming that Lonnie Johnson would be gone for the season. And the way Pete Carroll was talking, it was like, shit, he could be back in like the next 5 to 7 weeks. So, hey, man, look, if Lonnie can get right, I'm here for it because he definitely provides a ton of depth, not only at the safety spot, but he can play special teams as well. So, and he can also be another guy that can kick down and give us some reps in the nickel as well. Omni, I don't know, bro. I'm not going to talk too much about the whole AFC, West thing. Look, there's not too many Chargers content creators out there. It's kind of difficult to find. So we found 2 trash. He's going to be hanging out with us over at the AFC West show moving forward. So there you go. The store needs Miller jerseys so I can buy one. You can do customs, but I want him to get the money. Not sure how that works. Well, I don't think that the players see anything from those jerseys, Josh. Honestly, I don't think that they see a lick from that. I think that's all Mark Davis and company. I could be wrong, but from what I've always been told is the players don't see anything from those jersey sales. That's an NFL and owners of the organizations thing. Let me see. Once again, man, salute to everybody here in the building as always. I'm here for it. Oh, Victor, and that's one thing he's not going to do. That's one thing he's not going to do. He's never look. Best does not drop the football. He is essentially once again Jacoby Myers. So he's not gonna drop the ball, and he's one of the better route runners in college football coming out of TCU as well. And once again, a guy that can sustain contact, that can take physicality. He prefers to catch the football in traffic. That's what's so dope about Besh. That's why he's going to see the football field a ton, not only on special teams, but at the wide receiver position, also on the boundary and in the slot. A guy that is a great route runner, sure hands, and can take contact and prefers to catch the football in traffic. That's why you go get a Jack Besh in the second round. That's why I had us taking him originally, in that draft because of that. Salute to my guy Chuck in the building, man. Always good to see my dog. Salute to Big Lil Bosco on becoming a member as well. Appreciate you, my brother. Thank you so much. Always good to see my guy Bosco in the building. If you guys want to become a member as well, hit the link. It's pinned up top. Definitely, once again, helps us keep the lights on over here at OLV Raiders Network. So, okay, see, Jason, from what I seen, I didn't see it. Nash says players receive name and likeness royalty from jersey sales. Okay. From what I was told, they don't get paid for jersey sales, but hey, it is what it is. Vaughn, I agree with you, bro. Both rooks are going to shine because they're going to get a ton of opportunities too. Dante's starting on the boundary, and then Besh is going to be, rotating in and out from the slot also to the outside. So they're both going to get a ton of opportunities this year. And look, it's proven. We didn't go out and get any veteran wide receivers. We didn't bring any Amari Coopers in or Gabe Davises in. These guys really trust these young dudes, and then they bring in these fringe back-end wide receiver type guy like Colin Johnson, and those type of guys. They brought in young guys to develop at the wide receiver position. I'm excited to see these dudes get a ton of reps because we're going to need it. We're going to need it. Yeah, Danny, he's going to be really good. Really good. And Helen, we'll see, right? Hopefully the Niners go out there and play their twos, a ton this Saturday, and Cam gets a ton of reps. I want them to reverse roles Saturday. I want to see Cam Miller start the game, and then you bring Aiden in late. Bring him in the third, fourth quarter or something, but give Cam some real live bullets early on. I want to see him start. Will they? Probably not. They'll probably give Aiden, the same reps that they did, last week, which I don't agree with, but we'll see. Let's see. I like Zeus as the backup. I'm good with that. Well, I mean, it sounds like Pete Carroll likes him a ton as well. Looks like he took this offseason very serious. He's in great shape. He's slimmed down, and they like his skill set. So we'll see. But I mean, if Mostert is available, which he is right now, and he's healthy, I don't think in any world that you can have him start over Mostert. I don't think that you can. At best, they have Zeus at the running back 3 position with him and Sincere and Dillon and Collier battling it out for those last 2 spots. Because I think we're going to carry 4. But, Raheem Mostert is the more proven talent. I mean, just 2 years ago, he led the league in touchdowns. What was it, like 20, 21 or something like that? Had over 1,000 yards rushing. And I think he missed like the last 2 games of the season. So, he's the more proven commodity. I know he's 33 years old or something like that. But when healthy, which sounds like he is, he's different. You have to keep an eye on him because that speed is still sharp as hell, even at 33 years old. Salute to my brother Big Mike in the building. Always good to see my dog. Let me see. I like that. I like that comp. I mean, I get they're both white wide receivers, so it's kind of easy to make, Jason. But I still think he's more of a Jacoby Myers, but he's going to be better. Honestly, I believe that. And that's no knock to Jacoby. Once again, he's 28. He'll be 29 this year. He's just coming off his first 1,000-yard season. I know he's had some quarterback play up to this point. But I think that Besh is going to be a better Jacoby down the line. Honestly, but I mean, Jordy Nelson was phenomenal for Green Bay. Phenomenal. If he can get anywhere close to that, that'd be great. I'm looking what he had. Was it one Pro Bowl year? And that was the year he had 1,500 yards in the air in Green Bay in 2014. The year prior, he had 13. 2011 had 1,200. And then 2016, he had 1,200. And then with us in the last year of his career, he had 739 with 3 touchdowns, and he was on the down slope of his career. But if we can get anything close to a Jordy Nelson with Besh, that'd be great, because once again, Jordy had 4 1,000-yard seasons, but I think he could be better, honestly. Nav says, I want to see Shedrick do more Uncle Bo shit. I'm pretty charged up about the DNA in the building. Happy for Dylan balling. I want to see more. This is facts. And you're going to see Dylan a ton on Saturday. And I'm hyped about that. And I'm definitely trying to link up with him. I sent him a text and said I'll be out there. So we're going to try and put something together potentially Saturday night or Sunday. So stay tuned for that. But look, man, there's only one Bo, Nav. We know this. DNA or not, there's only one Bo Jackson. There's only one ever existed in the world. I don't think you're going to get anything close to replicate what Bo did. But if we can get an inkling of Bo and Shedrick, I mean, look, he's going to make this roster. But, yeah, Josh, one-on-one. DNA or not, there's just one Bo Jackson, But we'll see. Shedrick, I'm definitely excited about seeing him this Saturday and the next week against Arizona as well, for sure. Because we need to round, we need to round out that wide receiving group. And if Shedrick can put up another, what do you have? You guys 3 or 4 catches for like 70 plus yards and a touchdown against Seattle? Exciting. Let me see. Yeah, man, hug. Bo is just different. Yeah, DeMarcus, he was definitely deep fried by the time he came to Oakland, for sure. And who was – it was DC at the quarterback position, and it was Jordy and Amari. That was a rough year, man. That was a rough year. That was when everybody in the nation was questioning what the hell John Gruden was doing, coming off that Khalil Mack trade. Nasty work. Let me see. Jason, I think that they're going to be the 2 guys to round up that group. I do. It's going to be Jacoby, Dante, Tucker, Besh, Bachman, Shedrick, and maybe they keep one more, maybe a Colin Johnson. I know they love the potential because of the measurables. He hasn't had a great, NFL career up to this point by any means, but 6'6", you can't teach that. Maybe they want to have a 50-50 ball guy out there that they can throw out there in certain looks. But if you're keeping 6, Shedrick and Bachman, and if you're keeping 7, which I think they will, potentially Colin Johnson can be another guy. Tommy Mellott, maybe they put him on the practice squad and develop him. I'm just not hearing a lot about Tommy Mellott, you guys. I'm not hearing a ton about him. I'm still excited about the kid. He needs some developing. Once again, a guy that was a standout, at Montana State. But, he's converting from quarterback to wide receiver. So it's going to take some time, adjusting, especially going from the collegiate level to the NFL level and making that transition. That's a big jump from quarterback to wide receiver. So I think, honestly, they'll probably place him on the practice squad. And then maybe keep Colin Johnson as that last wide receiver in that group, because 50-50 guy, the measurables speak for the 6'6" guy, man. That's tough to defend. It is. JXR, if he can stay healthy, if that ankle is not as bad as some people were making it out to be, it sounded like it was a career-ending thing in Seattle. Everybody was like, oh, my God, Bachman went down. If he's healthy, which, it looks like he is because he was back on the football field, I think he's already made this roster, which is kind of crazy. Really is. They moved on from Kyle Phillips. They cut a few other guys. But Bachman looks like he's having a really good offseason, really good training camp. And it sounds like he's going to be on this roster, that 53-man roster, come week 1. Yeah, it's going to take some time, Hug. It is. It's going to take some time, man. G-Town, from what I was told, it was a minor procedure on his knee, I believe, or from what I seen. And he'll be back for week 1. So I don't think that Nate Hobbs is going to miss any football. I think the timeline is he'll be ready and prepared to go come week 1. But hey, man, this is what we've dealt with, us as Raider fans, with Nate Hobbs since day one. Durability has always been a problem, always been an issue. Green Bay, man, they just cannot keep their corners healthy out there. Jair Alexander, Stokes was injured year in and year out. Nate Hobbs now is just kind of nasty. Let me look and see if we got anything else going on, you guys. Once again, joint practice is going on at the headquarters right now with the 49ers. Geno Smith has targeted Jacoby Myers a ton this morning, according to Ryan McFadden. We talked about the pick. Let me see. Jesse hasn't put anything up there anytime or anything recently. He just said that Trey Tucker's having a great camp, but struggled today with a few drops. Let me go back over to Vic. Let's see if Vic has anything up there. Warner breaks up the pass for Bowers. Jinx the tight end, 2 drops since. 49ers defense knocking a lot of balls loose and letting the Raiders know about it. So it sounds as though the defense is chirping out there, letting the Raiders offense know. I'm not mad about this. This is what you want to see. CGR, man, appreciate you, brother. Thank you. Hobbs had his knee scoped. There you go. There you go. Content. Salute to my guy, CGR. Salute to the 1,000+ people here in the building. Make sure you guys wipe them feet. Hit them thumbs up. If you are not subscribed yet, man, what are y'all waiting on? Hit that subscribe button. Salute the Nav. I can't let this slip by. From at 44 Marquez, can the front office make Jamal use number 17 so we can all use our... I'm here for it. I'm here for it. I'm here for it. But there's something about that 33, though, man. I like that 33. It looks good on Jamal. It looks good on him. It looks good on him. I'm here for it. I'm here for it. Looks like Brock just caught a touchdown. Good to see. Brock is going to be an absolute monster this year. Let me see. I'm going to see where this is. Once again, you guys, thank you guys for your patience today. We're just kind of roaming around Twitter today, kind of seeing some updates. Levi, first touchdown of the day for the Raiders. Oh, I thought he had a touchdown earlier on. Okay, maybe it was just a nice grab by Brock. Geno to Brock Bowers on a corner route in the red zone period. So touchdown Brock coming from Geno Smith in the red zone period. So good to see. Levi also said Max and Tyree Wilson getting home for a would have been a sack on Brock Purdy. Wilson at tackle on pass rushing downs might be the move. Love it. Love it. Things are getting a little chippy in special teams period. Raheem Mostert looks like he wants some smoke. Talk! Raheem Mostert, former 49er. Him and Chip Kelly together. So something to keep an eye on there. But touchdown Brock Bowers, man. Good in the red zone period. Great, man. And that's what we want to see this year is Geno get better in the red zone. He struggled out there in Seattle in the red zone last year. And also Brock, get him more involved in the offense in the red zone, man. We cannot have Brock Bowers have 5 touchdowns this season, you guys. There's just no way. This dude is a matchup nightmare. When you're in the red zone, go look for Brock Bowers. Look for him 10 times out of 10 over anybody. Anybody. He's a matchup nightmare. You need to see this, man. We need to see more of this. Salute to Nat. Appreciate you, brother. Let's go, Dizzy. This is what you want to see. Former top 10 pick. 3rd year. This is the year, you guys, where usually athletes either make that transition into improving a ton or just stay consistent with where they were. It sounds like Tyree took this offseason very serious. And, man, he worked on his footwork, his handwork. Hey, man, we might see Tyree play a ton, just like Levi said. And we talked about this a lot too, you guys. I would love to see Tyree there in those NASCAR packages, at the defensive tackle position. Get him and Butler in there with Max and Kuntz on the edge and go get the quarterback. Go get the quarterback. Let's see. Yeah, it's not even close. Facts. Martin, I agree with you, man. I agree with you. If you're not handing the football off, to Genty in those situations, which we will a ton, go find Brock or go find Dante, another matchup nightmare. I wouldn't even be mad if Colin Johnson makes this roster and you go look for him in the end zone. 6'6", tough to cover. But shit, Mayer too. We better improve in the red zone this year, you guys. I'm telling you now because we have a ton of talent that should be able to get it done. Yeah, my Devontae jersey is already in the attic somewhere. Like, it's not even hung up with all the other alumni jerseys, the Tim Browns, the Seawoods. I got the Carl Josephs, the Alden Smiths, the Crabtrees, the DCs. That shit is in the attic somewhere with clothes that I used to wear from 2013, 2014. So, yeah, man. Look, I've been tucked that Devontae jersey off. That shit is gone. I don't even want to see it. I even took my son's Devontae jersey and tossed that shit. Nothing to do with it. We will have 2 top 12 tight ends. That'd be great. That would be great. That's a lot to ask for. I know Mayer said that, he's excited and, he's going to be a lot more involved in the offense this year, which is great. But, man, if you could have somehow, somewhere have 2 top 12 tight ends, that's a great sign that Geno Smith is balling out, right? So, yeah, man. I mean, we have to be a top 5 or top 3 football team in terms of duos at the tight end position. I mean, we need Mayer to take that next step this year to become that. When you look at Buffalo, Baltimore with Andrews and Likely, Kincaid and Knox, there's some other teams out there that have nice duos as well. We got to find a way to be that top 3 group. I'm talking about duo wise. Brock to me is already the best tight end in football, but Mayer needs to have a big season this year. Talk, Lamar. Talk. Talk that bald shit. Talk that bald shit. Let's go. Let's check to see if we got some updates here, you guys. I'm looking right now. I think I'm seeing something about Trey Tucker getting a touchdown. Jacoby and Brock are having nice days for the Raiders. Let me see if I can find. Let me see. Let me go to Vic real quick. See what we got going on. Vic, nothing. Ryan McFadden. Boom. Wide receiver Trey Tucker responds nicely after a couple of drops. He recorded a touchdown grab off a throw from Smith. There we go. Let's get it. Love to see it. Smith's pass to Bowers in the back of the end zone was incomplete. Bowers tripped while the ball was coming towards him. And then we respond nicely on the next play with Tucker with a nice touchdown after having a few drops. So let's go. Love to see it, man. Love it. Ball gang, baby. Dizzy, you already know, man. The real ones know about Bullet Head, man. The real ones know about Bullet Head, man. Back when we used to wear probably 30, 40 different hats in one live stream. People remember. We used to change hats every 5 seconds over here at OLV Raiders Network. Back when it was Doxy and T. Wipe them feet, y'all. Hit them thumbs up. If you guys are not subscribed yet, what are y'all waiting on? Hit that subscribe button. Art, Genty had a nice, 20-yard gain at the beginning of practice. I have not heard his name again since then. So something to keep an eye on. But I'm not hearing too much about Genty at this point. Outside of that nice gain early on. So I'm looking, see if there's some more updates, you guys. All right. Once again, man, salute to Levi Edwards. Salute to Ryan McFadden and all these guys out there tweeting away. Vic Tafer, former Raider beat writer, covering the 49ers now. Salute for all these guys out there on the ground level, man, keeping us informed with what's going on at this joint practice. Okay, Levi just tweeted out. Overall, the Raiders defense has been really good against the run today, which is great. However, they've been struggling against the 49ers quick game in screens, which is bad. So looks like we're kind of struggling there in the passing game, but looking really, really good against the run right now, which we struggled against Seattle, giving up a ton of ass in the run game, that first preseason game. So something to keep an eye on moving forward. Raiders guy, Graphk, who are you looking forward to seeing this Saturday, and who are you eyeing? Let me say this. There's a few guys. Genty just blew up a linebacker in pass pro. That's great, Nav. Great to see that. A few guys that I'm keeping an eye on are Trey Taylor. He needs to have a big game this Saturday if he wants to find a way. My guy needs to have a big game these next 2 preseason games to find a way to make this roster. I'm watching Dylan again. I know I may sound biased again, but Dylan, because if he can continue to build on what he did last week, I mean, he's going to make this squad. 2 other guys, I'm keeping an eye on Caillou, Blue Kelly. He's getting some starting reps out there opposite of Stokes, something to monitor. I'm looking at Greedy Vance. I want to see what he looks like this weekend. And then I'm looking at the defensive tackle position. Who's going to stand out for us? Who's going to stand out? Is Jonah Lalu going to have a nice game? Is JJ Pegues going to have a good game? So I'm keeping an eye closely there. And then once again, the quarterback position, which goes without being said, watching Aiden and Cam Miller battle it out for that quarterback 2 spot is something that I'm definitely intrigued to watch come Saturday. Dan, what's funny? He's been quiet on the Sincere front, but for what I've been told behind the scenes is he's having a good camp. He's been running hard. And they like Sincere a ton, from what I've been told. So hopefully when I get out there tonight and this week, I can try and link up with Sincere at some point and chop it up with him. So I need to get Sincere back on the show as well. For those who didn't get a chance to check out the interview, we did interview Sincere. He was having some trouble with his camera, so we kind of just did more of an audio thing. I was visual. I was here just like I am right now, but we kind of did a up and down kind of interview. But if you can run it back, check it out. But I've been hearing he's having a good camp. Yeah, Danny. He had a rough game against Seattle. This is a guy that you would want to make this team because he's so versatile. He can play left tackle, right tackle, the guard spot. You want a guy that's a versatile Swiss Army knife, providing you just a ton of depth because of all the positions he plays. But if he's going to continue to struggle the way he's struggling now, he really may not make this team. So we'll see. Tasi and JPJ are our guards. And, Cap is going to be there. I know he's dealing with that injury, but he'll be on the roster. We signed him to a 2-year deal. He'll be here. Antonio Mafi's been getting some reps at right guard also. And then Caleb Rogers also, Ron. I know they don't want to throw him out there in year 1. They want to develop him, the kid out of Texas Tech, but he can give us some looks there at the guard spot also. Let me see. Yeah, I have. He intrigues me coming off the edge, Tequila. Like, he's someone to keep an eye on because I was questioning this depth at the defensive end position, and then we watched the unofficial depth chart, and he is signed on as a defensive end. So it's intriguing to see if they're going to have him play a ton on the edge. I want to see because I think we're pretty thin there. Max coming off an injury, Kuntz coming off an injury, Snowden's still in the mix. I'm hearing that Snowden's having a good camp, and he looked good against Seattle as well. But Ja Joyner, haven't heard his name a ton. I'm hoping that Tonka can give us some live bullets on the edge, not only at the defensive tackle position, because Tyree is going to play inside and out as well. If Tonka can do both, that'll be fun. See him kind of kick in and kick out in year 1. When you watch his tape at South Carolina, he played inside and out. So, Diego, I have not yet, man. I'm hoping that we can get there soon. Hoping that we can get to 30K soon. I think we're about 1,000 and something off. Well, we should be there soon. But I appreciate you, man. Thank you for supporting. Real talk. I think we got a presser coming up as well, you guys. So let me see something real quick. Boom. Let me get rid of this. Let me see. Gino, Max, and Jacoby. And it's in another 30 minutes. So we'll see if we'll stick around long enough to be able to watch that, you guys. I do got to get ready to get this Vegas trip rolling here soon. So, but we'll see if we can stay by, stick around for a little bit and talk some more ball. Yep. And I keep forgetting that we made the move with Ja'Cory in for Thomas Booker also. So he looked good. So that's another kid that I'm excited to watch this Saturday also. Yeah, that's a great lineup, Full Metal, for sure. Great lineup for the presser, for sure. Pete, Gino, Max, Jacoby. Great lineup. Definitely want to hear what Pete has to say because, playing former rivals, the 49ers, being from San Francisco, coaching Seattle for so long, you know what I mean? The history there, between him and Shanahan and all that other stuff. Like, I'm excited to see. I'm excited to see it. Let me see. Max might take 2 hours to come out to the podium. Oh, you know how Max do. Let me see. I'm looking one more time, you guys. I'm really looking to see some recaps of what has really gone down out there thus far. Once again, Levi did state that the defenses look good against the run today, but they've struggled against the quick game and screens. We talked about Gino, touchdown to Brock Bowers in the red zone period. Max getting a sack on Brock, and then Max and Tyree Wilson both would have got home, split a sack, pause if necessary on Brock Purdy. Raheem Mostert getting a little chippy with the 49ers out there. Gino's been accurate today, but he did miss Dante Thornton on a deep shot. Has been very in sync, according to Levi Edwards, with Jacoby Myers, our number one wide receiver, which is great to hear. And then we talked about the Genty run early on. Also, let me see, top catches in one-on-one drill so far. Go to Dante Thornton and Alex Bachman. Still making the grab with the pass interference call. Jacoby also burnt his defender on a hitch and go ball, but it was overthrown. Let me see. I'm going to see if Vic has anything else to add for the 49ers side of things. He stopped tweeting about 30 minutes ago, so we're not really seeing anything from Vic right now. Let me see. So, all right. Get some questions in, you guys. We're going to hang out a little bit longer. Make sure you guys get those likes up. Hit that subscribe button if you guys are not subscribed yet. Wish there was a live stream of practice. Me too. Optimistic. That would have been great. But, they're very particular when it comes to covering these type of joint practices and stuff like that. That's why you're not seeing a ton of video. I think they probably turned the media window, closed the media window in terms of video because you're not seeing a bunch. Yeah, they kind of try to keep these as closed behind doors as possible because once again, live bullets are taking place right now at headquarters. So let me see. It looks like we might have got another touchdown from Trey Tucker. Geno Smith threw a beautiful touchdown pass to Trey Tucker in the corner of the end zone. Love it, man. Love it. Salute to Ryan McFadden. Geno has thrown the deep ball 4 times. Each attempt has been unsuccessful, and then he finds Trey Tucker in the corner of the end zone. So, hey, man. Hey, look, the one thing about Geno, you guys, that I love is he's going to keep throwing the deep ball. He's going to keep throwing the deep ball. If he's not connecting with his guys, he's not just going to give up on the deep game. He's going to continue to throw the deep ball, which is great. That's the strong part of his game. Outside of the accuracy, he can throw the deep ball. Serge, all these updates are on Twitter from all the beat writers from the 49ers and the Raiders out there covering the joint practice. Yep, that's Al Davis football. Speed in the deep ball. Facts. Facts plus tax. Optimistic. I talked about this the other day. I don't really know if I'd have a shocking. I mean, I don't think there's anybody that's actually shocking. Like, A lot of these guys are just trying to make this roster. A shocker would be like a clear-cut starter. You know what I'm saying? Like if they moved on from Stokes after hearing that they're really high on him and he may potentially be our number one corner. If they move on from him, that's a shocker. Maybe Raheem Mostert, potentially. I mean, they're not going to move on from him. He's an inexpensive deal and he's a proven talent. But I think maybe would that be a shocking cut? Maybe they like Zeus and Dylan and Sincere that much. I don't know. But I don't really see any shocking cuts. I know they love a Landon Roberts. They look at him as a leader on that defensive side of the ball. If it was a Landon, that'd be a surprising cut to me. A Landon, Stokes. I mean, anybody else, you're not cutting. You just paid Polamalu. You just paid Jeremy Chin. You know what? Shit. At this point, Jamal Adams. Shit. The way he looked against Seattle and the way I'm hearing that he's looking at training camp, that would be a shocker now. You know what I mean? So maybe Jamal, a Landon, Stokes, offensively. There's nobody really offensively that would be a shocker to me. Alex Kappa, maybe, would be a shocker because they just brought him in as that veteran presence on that O-line and they signed him to a 2-year deal, even though he struggled in Cincinnati last year and he's now struggling with a rib injury. Would that be shocking? Probably not. I don't think there's really any shocking cuts offensively, but defensively, maybe a few names. I don't know. Mumford wouldn't be a shocker, Jesse. Alzado, Ian Thomas, would he be a shocker now? Maybe because we're hearing he's having a great camp, right? So maybe. Mm-hmm. Yeah, I definitely believe that Alex Bachman's having a really good camp. And from what I'm hearing, he's having flash plays every single practice. And it sounds like he's probably going to make this roster. But that would be a surprise. I mean, I wouldn't call it a shock. You know what I mean? Actually, I wouldn't even really call it a surprise. But it looks like he's going to make this team. Let me see. Our offensive line needs to do better for the run game. They suck right now. It's going to come with some time. Allow these guys, a full off season to gel together. They're still trying to work out the kinks there, Rob. Like they're trying to figure out who's going to be the center, who's going to be the guard. You know what I mean? Like they're still working through that. So I'm giving them a little bit of time. September 30th and is expected to have 6 to 8 games. That's what I was assuming. I said, I think it was like 4 to 7 games. So 4 to 7, probably 4 to 7. I don't see them. Maybe, I don't know. I see Jamal Adams having a Malcolm Smith type impact on our defense. I mean, hopefully better than that. Bosco, I mean, look, bro, let's just keep it a buck here, man. Malcolm Smith was not great in the silver and black. He was not the guy that Seattle had drafted before. We were struggling at the linebacker position when he was out here. We need more than a Malcolm Smith type talent with Jamal Adams. Converting him to linebacker and Pete Carroll playing to his strengths, I expect way more results than a Malcolm Smith type. I hear you and I appreciate you, brother, but I think that we need more than a Malcolm Smith type performance from Jamal Adams. Real talk. And he just looks like he's fired up. He's saying all the right things. From what I'm seeing, in terms of tape against Seattle, he looked really good. Oh, you mean his Seahawk days. Okay. Got you, Bosco. Flamethrower, I think he's going to be ready. I think that's just a Vrabel kind of playing mind games. If you've seen the nasty route that he ran yesterday in the late hands when he brought this football down on the boundary, Diggs looks ready to me. So this may be some mind games by Vrabel to kind of keep the Raiders on their toes. I think that he's going to – questionable is not doubtful, Flamethrower, and you can play the questionable game going up to week 1. So I think he'll be ready to play, personally. I do. All right, let's see if there's some more updates here, you guys. Boom, I'm going over to Vic. Vic hasn't tweeted in a minute. As it gets hotter, it's getting chippier. So it sounds like it's getting nasty out there at the headquarters. Talk that Raiders shit. Juice beats 20 for a long TD pass from Purdy. So it looks like Palomal got cooked. Williams not scrimmaging, but he and Crosby are still barking at each other. You love to hear that. Trent Williams, future Hall of Famer. Max Crosby, future Hall of Famer. I know they would have loved to face each other out there at this joint practice. But yeah, man, looks. Okay. Let me turn this off. Looks like Palomal got cooked. This commercial on YouTube just scared the absolute shit out of me. So the shield is turning here, you guys. Let me share this screen. Share this. Boom, boom, boom. All right, there we go. So the presser will be underway here soon, you guys. You know what's funny, man? Xavier, this is going to be a boom or bust linebacker group. We're relying on a bunch of proven talent that's no longer proven anymore. Devin White, Jamal Adams, and then you're looking at other guys that are not proven in Amari Gaynor and Tommy Eichenberg and, potentially Lindenberg, our 7th rounder out of Minnesota. I think a Landon Roberts, to me, is going to be a blessing in disguise in the ground game. If he can play the run like he did in Pittsburgh, I think we're going to have a great, great, great run defender in Landon. But to me, it's kind of a boomer bust type unit. Once again, it's guys that are trying to prove that they can still play at a high level. And then there's unproven guys in Tommy Eichenberg, Lindenberg, and Gaynor. So it just really depends. This can be a fun second level of our defense, or it can be bad. So we'll see. We'll see. We will see. Hamilton said it was a blown coverage. Someone screwed up. Okay. I'll take that. Who said that it was a blown coverage, though? I'm looking around right now. Let me see. And either way, you don't want to hear a blown coverage. And that was the fullback. That was Juice on that big touchdown. So he was wide open on the left side. So it does sound like it was a blown coverage. There must have been a miscommunication right there between the defense. So Brock found Juice, Kyle Zubi. I always butcher his name. Zubiak, whatever the hell it is, for a wide open touchdown. Palomal on the coverage. Let me catch up on the chat real quick. Salute the Nav once again, man. Appreciate you on the 5-hour special. Oh, it was a wheel route. Okay, that makes sense. I love them wheel routes, Nav. I think any football nerd, bro, loves the wheel routes. When I go play catch with my son and we go through our route tree and we're running our routes, it like we both like light up when I'm like, give me a wheel route. It's like I love it. I love those wheel routes. The one caveat for the IPP for Tassi, it does add an extra practice squad spot if he is not ready for the 53. Can be activated 3 times. But yeah, there you go. So the rule did change. The same rules do not apply, but that's dope that you can add an extra practice squad spot there. I like that. So either way, there's still a little bit of wiggle room right there with Laki Tassi if he's not ready to go, which I don't think he will be, to be on the active roster to play the guard spot just yet. Let me see. Yeah, all right. Salute to Demon King, my brother. You mean no coverage? Bang, zoom. Gaynor looked slow to react. Matt Jones reading and reacting shows promise, but he couldn't tackle. Yeah, that was a few good plays there against Seattle, and then he struggled mightily. The young kid, the young UDFA out of Baylor, he definitely needs some work. Full Metal definitely needs some work. I'm kind of disappointed that I haven't heard Ferrari's name more. Like real shit. Like I'm kind of like pissed off that I haven't heard his name. I've heard Tommy Eichenberg's name a ton more than I've heard Amari Gaynor, which kind of sucks, man. Like, he may be the odd man out at the linebacker position, which is crazy, because we were really hoping that he could be a staple in that linebacking room. That's funny you say that about the wheel route. My son and I call it Tabasco when we work on a play action to a route. Talk, Duke. Love it. Danny, I mean, I think we can all agree here, and me talking to other people, like, and asking guys like who's performing well, I'm not hearing Amari's name. And look, I believe in Ferrari. I think he could be a stud. He's a physical specimen, can play some linebacker, can put his, hand in the ground and get after the quarterback. I mean, did he play defensive end at Florida State? I mean, I was hoping that he could be a stud for us, but I'm not hearing anything about Ferrari up to this point. And I've asked about him and heard nothing. Let me see. Make sure you guys wipe them feet, y'all. Hit them thumbs up. If you guys are not subscribed yet, what are y'all waiting on? Hit that subscribe button. I will be flying out to Vegas tonight, you guys. So expect coffee and convo preview of the Raiders-Niners game. Me and Stu should be live tomorrow. If we have to change the time, my apologies, because once again, the schedule was a little, like boom, 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 boom. We got to get on the buses for the alumni party at a specific time. Breakfast is set up at a specific time. So we're trying to work around it. So stay tuned. Right now, the show is set up for, let me see. Let's make sure. I know it's already up, but I want to make sure because we may have to change the time. So it's set up for 10 a.m. Pacific time, 1 p.m. Eastern. So we may have to change it. So stay tuned. And if I'm in the studio all night and it's an all-nighter, like 5, 6 o'clock in the morning, I may have to just do the show at night. And then you may catch a completely just blitzed Graphk Raider and Stuart Schweigert show. I'm talking about blitzed, like leaving the alumni party on some fucking talking to the ground shit. Like we were talking about earlier. Some hangover shit. So stay tuned, man. Stay tuned. And we're going all out too, because once again, we're going to go celebrate Stu's father in his life. Like tonight and tomorrow, we're doing it for Papa Stu. So stay tuned, man. Stu said that he was originally going to go out there with Stu this year too. He's going to be out there hanging out with us at the alumni, and he passed before he can make us get out there. And Stu was like, man, my dad would have drank us under the table. So we got to make sure that we make up for it. So once again, rest in paradise to Papa Stu, and we're going to go turn up for him out there this weekend. Victor said, if you need a ride, let me know. Hey, man, look, I will be calling my people. Hey, bro, for real. I'm definitely not getting in any cars in Las Vegas unless they're Ubers, Lyfts, or a homie. So salute my brother Demon King. Yes. Low tone. Got you, man. Yeah, this is facts, though. Live accordingly. Once again, you guys, the presser should be going on here in like the next 5 minutes. Pete Carroll, Jacoby, Max Crosby, Geno Smith. We are in for a star-studded presser here with all the stars, man. I'm excited to hear Pete Carroll's take on this practice. Let me go back real quick, too, because practice has just wrapped up, you guys. Let me see if anything. Let me see. Yeah, it looks like the tweets have slowed down. Not seeing too much out of the beat writers and guys out there in the building. Let me go to Levi, see if my guy got anything going on. Nope. And then let me check out Jesse one more time as well over at Silver and Black Sports Network. This was the last thing that we talked about. He says some redemption for Trey Tucker. Hell of a diving catch for a TD in the red zone. Also, the Raiders offense is stretching the field now. Another diving TD catch for Trey Tucker on a fade route this time. That's more of what we've seen throughout camp. Good response from him after a tough start. So great to see our starting wide receiver, Tucker, out there moving and shaking, man, and getting it together. Great sign. LV, come on, brother. You know I'm calling you. Me and Stu were talking about you last night. So we're definitely linking up with our brother LV, man. Heat Check says, sup, Graphk? Good morning, brother. Was there any talk on the running backs today? No, it's been really quiet on that front. Outside of, I think, the second play from joint practice of Genty breaking off like a 20-yarder, nothing. Oh, you know what? We also heard about Ashton Genty, I believe, running for another 6 yards and JPJ pushing the defender back 15 yards. So, and I think that was the young rook, Alfred Collins out of Texas. So it looks like JPJ owned that dude, pushed him back 15 yards on a 6-yard scamper from Ashton Genty. So that was really it. I didn't hear any Raheem Mostert, any Dylan Lowby, any Sincere McCormick, any Zeus, nothing of sort. So just a few Genty runs. That's it. Nah, man, I appreciate you, man. Thank you. Thank you for the kind words, brother. Appreciate you, man. Appreciate you. Y'all reach in your pockets and help fund Graph's trip in there to give us some badass content. Buy some memberships and gift some. Appreciate you, bro. Appreciate you, man. And salute to the people that have been cash apping as well. I just want to say I appreciate you guys, man. Definitely going to utilize that while I'm in Vegas. So that'll definitely help me get by out there. So I appreciate you guys so much for the cash apps and all that good stuff. You guys continue to just amaze me with everything that you bring to the show, man. Thank you guys so much, honestly. Hug, man, you should be out there, bro. I don't want to hear that shit. You ain't too far from Vegas, man. Oh, we're here. Early.
Heck, I don't have any idea right now. I'm watching.
Pete Carroll.
It was great to get guys. They're skilled and they do a lot of cool things scheme-wise. The tax doesn't help us learn. And so it was a totally positive experience. I thought Kyle did a great job of managing their team. And we tried to do the same so we didn't get no issues and all that. We avoided all that kind of stuff. So it's just really classy work to get. And we'll make evaluations and figure that out once we get a chance to go watch the film as soon as I leave here.
He went out.
No, I mean, he felt like he had hit in the head a little bit. They didn't think it was serious, but they needed to just make sure.
The Fred Warner hit. On Dante Thornton.
This morning, either one of you guys being probably in there.
Yes, that's exactly what we both sides. I know Kyle did the same thing. Want to make sure that that's not part of what we're doing. It's not part of what we come here to do. We come here to play good football and get better. And I think both sides did a great job of showing that.
Heat check. I'll be there, brother. I'm flying out in a few hours.
I can't tell you. I haven't seen enough. I was running back and forth. I can't tell you. I have no evaluation until I see the film.
What are you hoping to see when you get a chance to take a deep dive?
Really good stuff. I mean, we're blowing them off the football, and they can't make an inch. That didn't quite happen. I know that. But I want to see us execute. We try to treat this like it's the next opportunity that we have and do stuff right, and that was what we set out to do. We'll find out. I thought on defense, the perimeter looked kind of available to them. They do that. They're a great perimeter team. We've not prepared for them at all. We got to get a little bit better before the ball game.
You're a team that's always well coached, and how good of a challenge is that for you to see a team kind of blindly and be able to react?
Robert Sala and Gus Bradley's over there, and Kyle has done a great job for years and years. They've got a terrific group, and that's only what we would expect from them. They know what they're doing. They have control of their groups. They have style of play that always shows up. So that means they've got a real philosophy in mind and all that. So that's why this is such quality work for us.
You coach so many great wide receivers, but Jacoby just makes plays every day. He's not a prima donna. Would you talk about how fortunate this team is to have a Jacoby type?
Yeah, he's so sure-handed, so steady, so improvisational that he can get himself open. With he and Brock, it's tough to cover those two guys, and so they complement each other in a great manner. But Jacoby's done a fantastic job every day we coming out here. He's making plays.
How much more plays start Saturday? You only have 3 opportunities.
Everybody's live. Everybody's live.
Slow.
Caillou Blue Kelly has been making a move, I guess, on the.
I'm glad you noticed it because I'm noticing it too. He's had plays every day for about the last 5 or 6 days out here. Mock game 2. He's just been really active. Seems like he's really settling in, and his aggressive style of play has really shown up. So I'm fired up for him. If you notice, I don't know if it happened today, but yesterday he got work with the ones, and just to see how he fits in and all of that. Just a great example of a guy competing his butt off and trying to make a statement.
And in his case, he's somebody that kind of started on the third team, and all of a sudden now he's up with the ones. That's sort of what if you show us what we need to see,
you're either competing or you're not. That's what he's doing. He has embraced the thought, and he's battled every day, and he's shown that he deserves more of an opportunity. And so that's all we could ever ask for from our guys.
As you ramp up for Saturday, how much of this practice today, what did you get as a main takeaway from it that you want to carry over into Saturday?
I got to see the film. Okay, I really don't know. But I would say that we want to make sure that things that we didn't do well today, we like to do them well on game day.
Coach, this is kind of a silly question, but San Francisco related. I read in an old article that you once saw Grateful Dead at the Fillmore. Is that true, or have you ever gone to a Grateful Dead concert?
Probably 20 times. Yeah.
What do you remember?
They were the second and third and fourth bands back in the day at Avalon Ballroom in Winterland and at Fillmore. So we saw them a ton of times.
I know Osborne still kind of getting his feet wet a little bit. You've seen him practice a couple of times and play in a game, but in your thoughts about it now, you've seen him a little bit more.
He's done really well. I mean, quick learner, just picks stuff up right off the bat. He's right now battling to play a lot. And that means he's going with ones quite a bit. He deserves to. He's already shown that. I'm really excited about our chance to get him here, and he's an amazing kid. I can't wait for you guys to talk to him.
Down. We're going to get demonetized.
He's really something. Well, what I would tell you is I don't know that they're that pivotal for games. I haven't done it for 14 years. And so last time I did it was when the Jets went against Joe Gibbs, some little college out there on the East Coast. I didn't know what it was. So it's been a long time. I feel the way we practice is beneficial for us. But I did this because it's Kyle and it's the Niners. And at one time we were thinking about going to Napa. It just sounded like a good idea. Whether we do it again, I don't know. I'll let you know later.
Pete wanted to go home.
What is this rivalry between the Raiders and Niners mean to you?
Well, it's. Did you grow up in the Bay? You said that like you grew up in the Bay Area also. No, that's not what you meant, though, right? Okay. Yeah. It's always been something. It has always. Since I was 14 or whatever the heck when they got going with the Raiders. My family was Niner fans. Whole family grew up in San Francisco and all that, and so it's always just been a natural rivalry. I've never had it like the Raiders were the bad guys or the Niners were the bad guys. I like both teams growing up, so to have a chance to do this, it's kind of fun, and to play them in the preseason, kind of fun. I like it.
Story you told me
They're about to clip my channel with this fucking Earth, Wind, and Fire, bro.
Are you starting to see that grow among the team, especially as you have a day like this?
Without question.
Without
question, our awareness of our roles. Each person has a role to be a great teammate.
It is what it
do
is.
That on a regular, daily basis. Bill said that he wakes up every morning with the thought of what can he do to help somebody on his team be better. And talking about Havlicek or Kazi or all the guys that he played with, Sam Jones, he was talking about how what could he do to help him play better. And when Bill said that to me, I said, "You got to be kidding, man! Come on, my whole team's there, But you can't not every day." He said, "Every freaking day." And so I challenged my guys from that moment on. If he can do it every day, maybe you can do it a couple times a week. And
he got ready to go
be like Bill.
3 C4s right now.
Did you accomplish the goal because we see the connection with those fans and the community?
Yeah, I think it's really important. I wish we had more. I wish we could entertain them more and be out there even more. That connection is just part of this whole experience. They help us play better. We help them cheer more. So there's a synergy there that I've always trusted and want to respect and give it back to them. It's great that they're here today.
Appreciate it. Yeah, please don't be no bitch, man. Turn that music off. Turn it off. Mark, make them turn that classic off. We definitely get demonetized after this. It is what it is. Once again, Pete Carroll, first to speak, you guys. We got Gino, Max, and Jacoby pulling up. They asked Pete about the Grateful Dead, man. It's crazy. Crazy. It's the kind of questions we get, man. It's the kind of questions that we get at our pressers. Yeah, man. He said like 20 times. Pete was out there rolling on acid, my dog. $20 times. Fuego, Manly, good to see you guys in the building, man. Yo, backward hat Pete, man. He was over there looking like just a proud son playing catch with his dad in the front yard. Yeah. It's my dog, man. Coach Pete on that Deuce Gruden pre-workout. That's a daily thing with him. Daily. That energy is on display all day, every day. Once again, y'all, we have Geno, Max, and Jacoby still waiting to pull up. The presser started a few minutes early, which is kind of a shocker because the Raiders usually take their precious time getting to the presser here. So I'm expecting maybe Geno next. They'll probably hold Max until last, but maybe Geno. Yeah, abstract. I need that pre-workout that he's on, though, bro, for sure. Slim, from what I'm hearing, it was a good practice. Tucker with a few touchdowns. I think Brock had one. Genty with a few nice runs. We played the run really well. I played against the run well on the defensive side of the ball. But according to Levi Edwards and a few others, we kind of gave up a little bit of ass in the passing game, you know, screens and such. So it is what it is. Always room to improve, brother. Always room to improve. You know what I don't miss? Oh my God, you ain't never lied, bro. Ever lied. This is facts. Man, nasty work. Hope you have fun at the game in LV. Appreciate you, SGA. Thank you, brother. Let's see. We go as far as the O-line does this year. Okay. Gave up asses, nasty work defense. Omni says, in college, I lived on 5-hour energy drinks. The passenger floor of my car was covered in the little black bottles. I was on those in Atlanta heavy too, man. When I used to work in all the strip clubs out there, bro, those 5-hour energies used to have my heart beating through my chest, bro, on some like cartoon shit. Remember how like Bugs and them would see a beautiful like cartoon and their hearts would pump out their chest? Yeah, man, them shits that have you like that. Rolling Pete with the backwards cap and sweating like he's leaving Coachella. Talk, Big Mike. Talk. Terrence says SF is playing the starter Saturday per Vic Tafer. Hey, man, I'm looking forward to it. I hope that both teams do. Let's go. Let's get it rolling. Two series. Let's rock. So looking forward to Saturday. Smash those fools, man. Manly, you ain't never lied, bro. Ever, man. It's the Niners. This one means something to me. Personally, being from Northern California, like I don't care about preseason at all. And mind you, if we get blown out, it is what it is. But this, like beating the Niners, any chance we can get to beat them, it just means something to me personally. And anyone from Northern California, I think will agree. Preseason or not, any win against the 49ers means something to us. So I hate this team more than any other football team. I hate this team more than any other team in sports, period. Like real talk. Like honestly, I think it's child support, 49ers, Lakers, Chiefs. I know you Laker fans don't want to hear that shit, but it is what it is. So yeah, man. Yeah. Child support. Nah, put the Niners first. Niners first, child support. Chiefs, Lakers, Broncos, Chargers. Yeah. Gino.
I saw a situation where you went over to Trey, might have been a miscommunication, whatever, drop pass, and you went over to the sideline, talked to him for a second.
Yeah.
Ultimately, right after that, 2 touchdown passes to him. Is that sort of what you're talking about in terms of the leadership and making sure guys are, and that you got their back?
For sure. There's going to be ups and downs in this game. You're never going to be perfect. We strive for perfection, but we're all human. And so, the main thing whenever a guy makes a mistake or, anything happens out there that we don't want to happen, it's about, showing that we have each other's back. And so whenever you can go up to a guy and pat him on the back or, give him a word of encouragement, that's what we're here for. And they do it for me as well. So it's not just a one-way street, it's a two-way street. And, I just want to continue to breathe life into my guys.
Xavier, he's a quarterback.
Really
he has to wear that.
Extremely hard. So when they mess up, it's okay. Move on to the next play and keep going.
How good was it that you guys got the long touchdown pass? Actually, 2 touchdown passes. How good was it that that reward was there?
Man, it's great to score touchdowns, right? We want to score touchdowns, and I think obviously, there's some things that we can improve on. There's a lot of things that we left out there, things that we have to get better at. But overall, man, I thought I was very pleased with how we competed today, and I thought, like you said, man, we hit some long touchdowns, and we got some plays, on their guys. We were all competing, and it felt really good to see that.
Everyone knew you're a quality good quarterback. That's a fact. But your leadership every single time you've been on the field, from OTAs to mini camps to today.
A Broncos fan talking about worst quarterback in football.
Underrated part of your game is that you're an exceptional leader.
Honestly, I don't know. I try to do my best to not pay attention to the noise or the outside noise. But my goal is to be here for my guys. I don't really need the recognition or anything like that. As long as I'm here for my guys and they know that I got their back and that, I'm going to go through it with them. I'm not the guy who's just going to say, hey, you guys need to be working hard. No, I want to set the example and set the tone. And so, I don't know if I'm underrated or overrated. It doesn't really matter to me. I just focus on what I can control, which is being there for my guys.
You've been pushing the ball down the field, even
they cut that music off
training camp, and obviously sometimes you just have to take what the defense gives you. But what do you think about the big play potential of this offense?
We want to strike. We want to be able to have a big play offense, and we have the weapons to do so. But it's about, like you said, taking what the defense gives me, understanding situations. Every time isn't a chance to go for the long ball. There's situations in the game where you got to just manage the game and check it down if you need to. But when we can strike and we can put points on the board, no matter if it's a 10-play drive or a 1-play drive, it's about getting points on the board. And I'm going to, push the envelope as much as I can. If they want to come up and give us, deep shots, we got the guys that'll run past them. And so we just got to make the right reads, make the right plays. And when we play right, we're a really good team.
It seemed like the offensive line held up pretty well today. What do you think about it?
Got to watch the film. I'm pretty sure there's a lot of things that we can improve on. But I felt really good back there. I felt like I had, a lot of time to go through my reads and was getting to the backside on some reads and even getting to the 4th and 5th, option on some things. So I thought they did a great job. Always tough when you got to compete against another opponent, especially in this heat. But I thought we came out, we competed, and overall we got better.
That's a defense you know pretty well.
Yeah.
I've dealt with them over the years. How beneficial is it operationally for your offense to go against a top-level defense like that?
It's super beneficial, man. I'm so happy we did that, and big shout out to the 49ers for coming out. It's hot, and they had to travel, and it's not easy on those guys. But I love the way
Gino, stop being nice to them, man.
He's one of the top linebackers in the game, so going ahead to get head against him, I've been doing that for the last couple of years. But I feel like it always makes you better, and so for us to see a different opponent, some guys who haven't seen our offense for 8 or 9 weeks, just to see how we look against those guys, I thought we did some things really well, but also we can get a lot better as well.
Gino wasn't maybe what he's done here with the full season. What did you see from that when you got to Seattle with him?
Yeah, Pete's been the same guy, every day since I met him, and I think that's what makes him special. He's super energetic. I don't know how he does it, but the guy wakes up, it seems like he just pops out of the bed, man. He's just fired up as soon as he wakes up. And he brings the juice every single day. When you have a leader like that at the helm, you have no choice but to fall in line. And so all of us, as leaders on the team and every single guy on the team, we're following coach's lead, and he's doing a great job of leading us.
Last couple of days of practice, you've really been focused on getting the deep ball out to Trey and Deontay, but how good is it to have consistent Jacoby Myers in the inside, kind of opening things up right there in Brock Bowers?
Yeah, I think it all works together. We want to make sure that all of our entire offense has to work together. And so, we've hit on some deep balls. We've also missed on some that I thought we should have had, but those are things that we can improve on. And then, for me, it's always about being efficient. You want to be efficient. I want to be a high completion percentage guy. I want to make sure that we're efficient on third downs and in the red zone, scoring touchdowns. So we got to make the right plays, and we got to take what they give us, but we also got to push it. And so I think we're doing a good job at that, but long ways to go. We got to keep getting better.
You and Brock have built a really good rapport, but there was one throw today where you put it in a tight window and he made an amazing catch, and you hooted about him. Do you every day just think, man, thank God he's on my team?
Yeah, all these guys, man. Like Brock's the thing about Brock, he's an extremely hard worker. And when you have guys like that who are that talented, but the work ethic matches the talent, the sky's always the limit. And so I think we have a lot of guys like that. I think about Mike when I think about guys like that, Trey and Jacoby, and just really solid dudes, man, just great people, and then outstanding athletes as well. Thank God I'm here. I feel really good about it.
Gino, from your vantage point.
Let's go, Gino.
You talked about the importance of guys knowing you have their back. Were there guys early in your career that you felt like had your back and that stand out to you?
Yeah, a lot of guys. Snacks Harrison, Damon Harrison. I think Nino. Quandre Diggs, Jamal Adams, Russell Wilson. I mean, a lot of guys, man, who really, really gave me the confidence that I needed. And so, I feel like it's my job to try to do the same thing and, really set the tone in that regard.
Gino, from your vantage point, what happened to the fan in the tunnel, Seattle?
With all due respect, man, that was last week. I'm moving on and focus on this week.
Let's go. Great response.
Practice like this, gave you ahead
of I asked him about that
stepping into Allegiant for week 2.
Yeah, well, we'll see. I think the whole thing about preseason training camp is to learn and grow through experiences, and so we have to take the next step, and that next step is our first real game in our home stadium, and we want to
great indoors.
We want to come in and be fired up and have our fans, Raider Nation. We want everybody to be fired up and be excited about what we're doing, and so this is the step in that direction. In this first game, we'll learn a lot about ourselves, and that's what it's for. Is to continue to improve, continue to push ourselves, find ways to get better.
Obviously, this was your rival team for you for the last few years. Any moments out there today where you could feel that rivalry coming back?
Man, anytime I step out there and I got 54 on the other side, I know what he brings to the table. I know the type of competitor he is. I know the type of player he is. And so whenever Fred's out there, we're going head to head. I feel like it feels like, the same games we were playing when I was in Seattle, man. It's just always the best on best. And I know he's going to have his guys ready. He knows I'm going to have my guys ready.
He said yes, Jay.
The best man win.
Ashton Genty made some plays today. What have you seen from his growth so far in camp?
I think Ashton, today he made a play. I won't mention it, but it was something we did yesterday, and he was like, we didn't really get it right. And
Great
today he came out, we got it perfect. And I thought, man, we took a big jump just from yesterday to today. And to see that from a rookie player, he learns and he grows with every single experience. I think that's something that's going to make him so much of a great player because he's getting better by day. And so I thought Ashton did a great job as always, but he definitely took another step and another jump today.
Thanks, guys.
Thank you, guys.
QB1 right there, you guys. Geno Smith. We got 2 more players, Jacoby Myers, and we got Max Crosby on the way out. Once again, man, salute to everybody still watching with me. We're about to 2.5 hours. Man, it feels like I just started this show 10 minutes ago, man. Thank you guys so much for making my job feel like it's just so easy. Appreciate you. Wipe them feet, y'all. Hit that subscribe button if you guys are not subscribed yet. Keep the channel growing. Salute to all the new people in the chat. I see a bunch of new names. Also, man, salute to all the new members in the building as well, and everybody gifting the memberships. I appreciate you guys so much. Yeah, we got a bunch of new subscribers today. I'm looking at the analytics, man. Appreciate you guys for pulling up and hanging out today. And once again, we will be live at some point tomorrow also, and this weekend we will be doing a recap of the Raiders-Niners game, me and Stu, and just a ton of behind-the-scenes content from the game and from the alumni party as well, stuff that you can't see anywhere else. So make sure you're tapped in. Stay tuned because I'm going to be dropping a bunch of exclusive content this weekend that you will not see anywhere else but the OLV Raiders Network. So stay tuned. Demon King, you ain't never lied, my brother. Never lied. Salute to my God, man. Hug says, yes, hug that sub button, y'all. Snuggle in, motherfuckers. Salute to my guy. Danny, thank you for riding with me, brother. Appreciate you. Salute to Dan also, man. Great show as usual. Thank you, brother. Thank you. JC says, wipe them damn feet. Facts. James, I agree. Facts. Pops always said, Graphk, we have two favorite teams, the Raiders and whoever is playing the Niners. Talk that talk, brother. Facts. Content. Big Mike, where you at? Content. Why he don't want me no more, man? Content. Oh man. Omni, I'm definitely gonna holler at Timmy. Definitely. Dre, man, appreciate you. You goated, bro. You are goated, bro. Much love. Get those likes up. Get those likes up, you guys. We got two more players, Jacoby Myers and Max Crosby. For those who missed or just joining, Pete Carroll has already spoke, and Geno Smith has already spoken as well. So 2 more to go before we get out of here. Well, he don't want me no more, man. Oh, man. Me and Big Mike will be live again, you guys, next week as well. So stay tuned. We were going to do something yesterday. We both had a bunch of family stuff to do. So next week we will be back with our weekly show. So stay tuned for that as well. We got 1,100 plus people here in the building. Appreciate you guys as always. Salute to Mandy. Big Mike, it's on the way. It's on the way. It is on the way. Oh, and I want to say this, man. Congratulations to our little brother, Andy, man. He just sent me some pictures. It's official. He is a father, you guys. Salute to my brother, Andy, man. His son was born this morning, 8 pounds, 11 ounces, man. Salute to my brother, man. I'm so happy for him. So happy for him. So dope, man. Love, Andy. Love, my brother. Everybody in the comment section, if you can, let our brother know, man. Congratulations. Oh, yeah, Nav, this is facts. And then they went and signed David Sharp. Nav, they lost Rashawn Slater and signed former Raider great David Sharp. David Sharp. Kuntz is probably going to have 4 or 5 sacks week 2. If they have David Sharp starting for them, it's over. Yeah, hey, Big Mike, facts, bro. Already got him an offensive lineman, man. Omni says trade AOC for David Sharp. Bro, David Sharp is terrible. Terrible. Herbert might die a miserable death, man. Amarion Hampton may not be able to run the football. Probably average like 1.4 a clip this season. Because they already are struggling with the interior of their O-line. Now, you got Joe Alt, a great tackle, but dog, like, all right, man, I appreciate you. Oh, I didn't even read my brother's super. Hold on real quick. I appreciate you, Art. Yeah, the YouTube thing is tricky, man. It's tricky, but I appreciate you, man, for hanging out with us. Hug says, first ever game, 12 years old, contact high in the Coliseum and against the Niners. Saw 4 fights and a hat get tossed off the upper deck into the black hole. I knew that day. I was a Raider. Love it. Love it, love it, love it, man. Talk that talk. Nothing like a Raider-Niner game back in the day in the Bay. Nothing like it. Nothing like it, man. Smell like tree, Newports, and cheap beer. Nothing like it in barbecue. Real ones, no. Real ones, no. Salute the Hug, my brother, man. They would take another hour to get Jacoby. I got to piss and I got to pack. So they're going to have to. This is like my 4th cup of coffee, y'all. I'm feeling real Pete Carroll-ish right now. Like, I'm like, they got to hurry this shit up. Come on, wrap it up. Wrap it up, B. Wrap it up. Solomon, real ones know. Real ones know. Sanjit's breakdown film gave me a little hope for the offensive line. Still don't like what I've seen so far, but it's early. Need that line to open up the doors for number 2. All wide receivers on point so far. Yeah, man. I got to go check that out. I have not seen my brother Sanjit's breakdown just yet. Got to check it out. And we'll definitely get our show rolling again soon as well, so stay tuned. Yeah, I mean, look, man, you know, it's funny. Back in the day, Solomon, if you spent $60, you damn near in the front. Like, real talk, you can go to Oakland Coliseum with like $8. You'll leave full because of the food you found in the parking lot, drunk because people were just handing you shit. Get you a seat in the screechers with the seagulls, and you lit. Salute to Nad, man. Nothing like pissing in the aluminum throughout the Coliseum while getting stoned on others' tree. Raiders. This is facts. This is facts, bro. With the Pepsi cups, the paper Pepsi cups holding, like stuck on a roof to hold the leaks from falling. I remember those days like they were yesterday. This is facts. Facts. Y'all remember those Pepsi paper cups that were holding the leaks? Yeah. Yeah, man. Those bathrooms were terrible to piss in, man. Now, I'm going to tell you right now, man, if any of you guys are new fans and you're shy to use the restroom in front of motherfuckers, guess what? You're going to have to whip out. No pause. Max Crosby, baby, let's go.
Max, how much progress do you feel like you guys made today, finally being able to go against another team?
I think it was, another great day of practice. We've been meshing together as a team, building the culture and building who we are and our identity on a daily basis. So getting to do that against somebody else was a lot of fun. Competing against somebody else, doing it all together was definitely a good time. So, a lot of amount of respect for Coach Shanahan and those guys. Coach, obviously the GM, John Lynch, a lot of great people over there. But it was great to get out there and, get after him a little bit.
Max looked irritated.
How tough does it make that as a defensive player to sort of be reacting?
Yeah, honestly, it's really just your approach has got to be the same. Like, you can't go into it second guessing. You can't be guessing out there. You know what I mean? You got to just read your keys and go. Every time you play somebody, it's every week is going to be different in this league. So you got to be able to have a lot of things in your toolbox that you can pull out at certain times. And when you're playing against a scheme like that, Coach Shanahan definitely makes it difficult, for defenses. So it makes you better. And so you got to go out there and compete at the highest level.
Offenses.
And, just continue to build your armor.
Shanahan, you guys have rotated Thomas,
defensive
Jonah, Tank, all those guys up front quite a bit. What have you seen from those guys and how they've stepped up so far?
Yeah, they're fighting every single day to get those reps. And, I got a amount of respect for them. They're competing head on. In practice, everyone's fighting for those reps. And in reality, it's open competition. And, Booker, he's come in and, he's been flying since day one. I freaking enjoy going to war with him. Obviously, Adam Butler, Jonah, all those guys, they're young. They got fresh legs. And, it's been fun to, start building that chemistry up. It started back in OTAs and now getting Booker in here. We're working every day trying to get it right. So it's been good.
Something noticeable has been Tyree Wilson moving in at times, sometimes on pass rush situations. Can you just talk about how meaningful he can be in those kind of situations and the type of progress he's made from when he's first come in to now? Yeah,
he's getting better and better. And, his approach, his work ethic, everything is, continued to improve since he's gotten here. So, yeah, he's a guy I feel like, since day one, I've taken under my wing. I've given him some tough love, but, I want the best for him, and I want him to be the best version of himself. And that's my, duty as a leader. And, me and him have gotten real close. I just want him to continue going in that direction. There's going to be adversity. There's going to be ups and downs, but you just got to keep going up.
Desert facts.
That's what I feel like he's doing. And, the more you can do, the better. So him rushing inside, outside, he's going to have an opportunity to help us for sure.
So, saw you chopping it up quite a bit with Trent Williams, and looks like there's just a lot of respect there. And it didn't look like you guys got a chance to go up against each other today, but just talk about the respect between great players.
Yeah, he didn't go in the team, any of the team stuff. So unfortunately, I didn't get to go against him. I was looking forward to it, but he's somebody I respect at the highest level. I mean, he's 37 years old. He's going to be a Hall of Famer. You know what I mean? And those are the type of guys that I try to learn as much as I possibly can from. He's got so much knowledge about the game. He's such a good dude, but he's a legitimate competitor, and those are the guys I like to learn from and just be around. And when you're out there, you start talking your shit and you're going back and forth. Those are the guys that make you better. And that's a guy.
Facts,
like I said, got so much respect for. So me and him, we chop it up every time we're around each other. We have great conversations and just have great back and forth because he knows what I want. I know what he's chasing. I know what he's trying to accomplish. So yeah, man, I respect that dude. I could go on and on about that dude. I respect him so much. Yeah, it's the first preseason game. There's no excuses. It's got to be better. We know that. But yeah, it's the first time with live bullets. So yeah, it's a little bit different. You know what I mean? Practice, thudding up and stuff like that is one thing, but going out and really tackling and emphasizing that in practice is impossible. You know what I mean? So yeah, it's definitely something we got to improve on, and we've been focused on it all week, and I feel like it's going to be a lot better moving forward.
What do you say to some of the guys, when you're trying to get the morale up after seeing some of the tackling that happened in the last game?
Yeah, I mean, that's a part of the game. You know what I mean? There's always going to be ups and downs, and especially in your first real game in 8-9 months, that's just a part of it. So
I got to get rolling here. So
yeah, I know it's something people have been talking about, and it is what it is. Everyone's always got something to say. You got to go out there and get better, and that's all we're focused on.
What's the biggest thing you try and take out of these joint practices?
You said what?
What's the biggest thing you try and take out of these joint practices?
Honestly, it's just like new looks. Like you're getting a completely different look. Like in camp, you're going against the same guy or same guys every single day in the same scheme for 3-4 weeks straight, and then you get to go against somebody else, and you're like, oh shit, like this is a little bit different. You know what I mean? So it's always good. It's a different challenge, and I feel like it's anything. Like it's every week in NFL, like you said, you're going against a different scheme and a different coach, and you got a different type of approach when it comes to how I play. Like I know I'm going to get attention and chips and slides, things like that. So
ready, bro.
I love getting a challenge like that. Like Coach Shanahan, earlier in practice, I felt like kind of let me be alone for a little bit, and I was doing my thing. And then as the practice went on, it made it a little more difficult. And I love that because that's what it's going to be like. I know that's the respect I've earned in this league, and that's a part of the respect factor that goes into it. So yeah, it was a great day though. It was a lot of fun. We got better, and I feel like as the day went on, we got better and better.
Max, what's your earliest memory of encountering Pete Carroll? Like whether it was recently or when you were a kid or just
Yeah, I definitely respected him from afar. Just seeing the energy he brought on the field, you see like true joy with his teams. Like he brings it, of course, but you just see his teams out there playing free and flying around. And then my first personal encounter with him was when he came here on a visit. I was in the building. I was like grabbing a snack after a workout or something, and I seen him walk in. I think it was with a couple of people from the front office and stuff. And I was like, I got to go say what's up to him. That's Pete Carroll. You know what I mean? He was in on the interview. So I went up to him and just introduced myself. And we were just going back and forth, like, literally just like breaking balls, talking shit back to each other. I was talking about his suit. I was like, hey, you might need to get a little bit smaller suit. That one might be outdated. And he's like, he's not the one that's like going to stand down from that. He came right back at me and was talking shit. I'm like, yeah, this is my type of guy. You know what I mean? Those are the type of coaches you love.
Mama Trey's in the building.
Not too sensitive, anything like that. Like Coach Carroll is all about that. He's all about
what's up, Mama? I
the
hope you're out
culture
there this
and bringing
weekend.
everyone together. And he's like, he feels like he's one of the guys. Like he wants to be out on the field and playing with us. He's wearing gloves in practice. He's he's flying around, running around.
We were just talking
so it's
about
just
Trey.
ultimate respect. Pete has been so cool since he's been here, and he's a culture setter. He's a tone setter, and you know, he's helped me in so many ways, just as a player and as a leader.
Said that Brock Purdy is expected to play on Saturday. Same thing with some of the starters. Does that elevate the motivation to be like, hey, we're going against ones that put some good stuff out there?
Be there tonight.
Yeah, I don't even know what my status is.
Mama Trey's in the building.
I don't know what
Everybody
we're doing.
let Mama Trey
yeah,
know.
like it's
hi.
It's preseason, you know, it's different. It's hard to explain. Like you get one drive and then you got to sit there, like you're getting warmed up and then you sit the rest of the game. So I've I have my fair share of opinions about it, but it is what it is. It's part of the game, and anytime I get to go on the field and compete against the best, like that's all that matters. So whether it's a drive or a couple drives, I'm not sure I'll be ready. But yeah, it's cool going against, you know, you want to go out there and go against the ones and play against the best dudes.
Last time you talked to us, you talked about your high school battles with Jamal Adams, but now it's been a few weeks and he's been with the team.
Thank you.
Can you evaluate his transition to linebacker and what he adds to that one so far, just what you see?
Yeah, honestly, just like his energy is definitely contagious.
Definitely looking forward to seeing you guys.
But it's crazy the fact that he's just transitioned to linebacker. It looks natural to him. He's just a natural football player. Like anywhere you put him on the field, I feel like he's gonna help your defense. So yeah, he's a guy I got so much respect for, and every day he brings the same juice, and that's all you can ask for. You know what I mean? He's definitely motivated. He's inspired. He inspires others, and he's a guy you want on the field with you.
Talk about a lot of guys who are rotating on that D line with you guys. Young guy Tonka has kind of got mixed in here and there. What has he shown you recently?
Yeah, Tonka I'm probably one of the highest dudes about Tonka. Like every time I talk about him, I got none good things to say because he's super quiet, but he's starting to finally like break out of his shell a little bit. But his play speaks for itself. I mean, he's getting better and better every day. He's twitchy. He's strong. He's got moves. He uses his moves in team and in one-on-ones and things like that. And he just continues to get better. So I think Tonka is going to be a guy he's going to be in their rotation. Is going to help us a lot.
He stands in Costa Mesa last year to now fans packing them here in Las Vegas. How much of a difference does that make for you guys having the motivation from Raider Nation day in and day out, making noise for big plays?
Yeah, I love it. You know what I mean? The fans are what makes this sport so special. You know what I mean? Without them, it wouldn't be anything. And, you know, people dedicate their whole lives being fans. You know what I mean? There's some people out here in Vegas that got their whole driveway and freaking the walls on the side of their house, like murals of myself, and somebody's sending it to me. And it's like, you don't realize the impact you make, you know, sometimes. And, you know, just seeing stuff like that is like, it inspires you to even go harder. You know what I mean? Because people are really spending their hard-earned money on jerseys and tickets and showing up on a daily basis, showing up on I don't even know what day it is. What day is it? Thursday. Yeah. Thursday, coming here on a weekday, you know, showing up and showing out bright and early. Standing out here for hours cheering us on. You know, you can't have nothing but love and respect for those fans that come out. And it's not just out in Vegas. Obviously, our Vegas fan base has continuously been growing, but all the way in Oakland, LA, you know, that's Oakland, you know, the Raider fans are literally all over the world, and got so much love for him.
There you go. I won't be able to cover Jacoby, you guys. I got to get out of here and get ready for my flight. But once again, thank you to everybody. Jump over to the Raiders channel, check out Jacoby and what his thoughts on the joint practice. I got to get rolling. I got to get my bag together and all that good stuff. Thank you so much for everybody that pulled up and kicked it with me for 3 hours. I will once again keep you guys in tune with everything that's going out in Vegas. Saturday for the game, me and Stu will be doing at least 2 shows while I'm out there. And I'm definitely going to upload a bunch of stuff from the alumni party, some of our favorites that we grew up watching. I mean, I'm talking about, you know, like the old schools, like the Bolitnikovs, we have, there's going to be so many. I'm hoping that Bo shows up this year. Marcus Allen, Tim Brown, and then some more recents, the McFaddens of the world, my guy Lou Murph, you know, Jalen Richard. There's going to be a ton of players there from old to new. So stay tuned. I will be putting up a bunch of content. Make sure you guys hit that notification bell and also hit that subscribe button if you guys are not subscribed yet. As always, appreciate every single one of you guys on the way out. Wipe them, and hit that subscribe button. I'm out. Next time you see me, I'll be in Las Vegas.